Yes! Oh, man, it's Monday night. Woo! Oh, man, Monday Night Football is here. We got Chiefs. We got Eagles. It's starting here in just a few minutes. Oh, man, I got some love already. My boy Pete from Pete's Takes has Chiefs with the win. Chiefs with the win. And God, I'm really, really geeked out about this. I strongly recommended on my channel not to bet on this game. I'm going to stand by this. This is not a game I would put action on. However, if you are going to put action on this game, I'm here for you. I'm going to have DraftKings pulled up. Any prop bets, any prop bets, over unders, in-game betting, I'm here. I'm here to help you. Perry, what's up, brother? Hey, Dan, how are you, man? Perry, I always get a little nervous before every live stream. I always get a little nervous before each game. This is different. Oh God, this is different. Oh God, this is different. So yeah. Oh my God, look what I got. I got Gooch. The talent is in the house. The talent with the Backtalk Brothers. They have a really, really good show planned Tuesday night. So Keys is going to do a little double dipping. He's going to come on my show, and then he's going to go ahead and get ready and do a show with. He's got some ladies on. He's actually got some ladies on, so it's kind of cool what they're doing. So tomorrow I will be live, and check out the Backtalk Brothers, as they're gonna have some ladies on. No Swift might be a tough game. LOM. No Swift. You're not talking Taylor Swift. I know Taylor Swift's there. Actually, I was gonna talk about my keys to the game. I may not get a chance to. I mean, I'm kind of geeked out here, but one of the keys to the game is to limit DeAndre Swift. Limit DeAndre Swift. I think that's going to be key. I think he's one of the keys to the game, in my opinion. But I'll see how much I get a chance to talk about this. Don't talk about this. I'm pretty geeked out, man. I'll be honest with you. I really don't remember the last time I was this nervous and amped up for a game. I really don't remember. Oh, and a little Willie Beeman before each live. By me, or by the way, I like Any Given Sunday is my favorite all-time football movie. I love that movie. I'm a Pacino fan. I'm an Oliver Stone fan. I love that movie. I could seriously talk about Any Given Sunday for hours on end. Jim Brown, phenomenal. Lawrence Taylor, also phenomenal. I got coffee. I don't know why. I really don't need it. Oh God. Oh, okay, yeah. I'm almost that bad. I'm really almost that bad. I'm almost really that bad. I'm extremely geeked out. Yeah, Gooch, I know me and you're single dudes. I know. Why have we not hung out? By the way, I'm just telling you, I'm like an A++ wingman. That's all I'm saying. I mean, not only am I this good looking, A++ wingman. All right, folks, it's game time. The Chiefs are going to receive the ball. Philly's kicking off. They're going right to left on your TV screen. It's going to go into the end zone. The Chiefs are going to get the ball 1st and 10 on their 25-yard line. And I can't tell you how geeked out I am about this game. The two best records in the AFC and NFC. I think they're the two best teams in the NFL. Win or lose, I think that these are the two best teams in the NFL. The Lions would be the 1 seed. I believe the Lions would be the 1 seed, but we still got some play. Play action pass, bootleg out to the bottom of the screen here. Mahomes going to dip it off here. It's incomplete, and it looks like he was trying to go to Noah Gray, who was covered very well. One of the keys, I didn't get a chance. I was kind of jacked up, so I didn't get a chance. The biggest key for the Eagles in this game, in my opinion, is to limit Patrick Mahomes running. And I know it sounds kind of crazy, but the Chiefs have been able to extend drives by Patrick Mahomes scrambling. 2nd and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes in shotgun formation here. They got 12 personnel. That's 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. Patrick Mahomes, and he's going down, sacked. Theo Reddick. And by the way, I'm sorry, Hassan Reddick. Hassan Reddick, huge Hassan Reddick fan, just went right around Juwan Taylor. And Reddick is a guy that they put him on. It would be Mahomes' right side where the 2 tight ends are, but Reddick understood that they were going to go out in pass formation, just dipped and went right around Juwan Taylor for the sack. 3rd and long for the Kansas City Chiefs. So 3rd and 19 here. Big 3rd down here. Patrick Mahomes shotgun formation. 2 wide receiver trips to the bottom of the formation. They're just going to dump it out to Jared McKinnon for a short gain. Kevin Byard acquired in a trade with the Tennessee Titans on the stop for a gain of 3. So a quick 3 and out. Philly could not have scripted this any better, going 3 and out to start the game. So and keep in mind, Philly's going to get the ball first, start the second half. So big stop for the Philadelphia Eagles. And this is what you want to do. A quick 3 and out. And now they're hoping for a good field position. Tommy Townsend's on the punt here. And it's a short punt here, and it's going to go out of bounds. The Eagles are going to get excellent field position here. This is not a good punt. I am not sure exactly where this is going to be marked at. Looks like it's going to be, oh my God, this is terrible. It's almost at midfield. This is awful. Yeah. Lions fans, Perry, are definitely cheering. The way I understand it, if the Chiefs beat the Eagles, thanks to a head-to-head matchup, I believe the Detroit would have the 1 seed. I should have checked into that before I went on. So, oh wow, I did not know that. I did not know that. Swift will be the MVP for the. All right. Jalen Hurts is going to line up in shotgun formation. It's going to be handoff to Swift around the right side, and he's going to be stopped. He got stopped after a gain of 1, but powered forward for another yard or 2. A couple of years ago, when the Chiefs drafted CEH, I was excited because I heard the Chiefs drafted a running back in the first round. I thought it was DeAndre Swift. Turned out to be CEH. I was very disappointed. DeAndre Swift, I never felt like was really used correctly in Detroit. He's being used. He's playing phenomenal. Easily a top 5 running back right now in the NFL. DeAndre Swift's just having a great year. 2nd and 7 for the Eagles here. They're going to go empty formation. Then they're going to move Swift back to Jalen Hurts right. Swift's going to go around the right side for only a gain of 1, maybe 2. So I like what the Eagles did. They went empty formation, then moved Swift back. That way you can kind of check out. You could kind of check out the defense. I believe this was actually an RPO that they decided to go ahead and run Swift with. Slasher, let's go. Best of luck to the Eagles too, man. Win or lose, I think the Eagles are the best team in the NFC right now. Win or lose, best team in the NFC. 3rd and 6 for the Kansas City Chiefs here, or for the Philadelphia Eagles. Big 3rd down, nothing more than Kansas City would like to stop the Eagles, especially after they got such excellent field position after the terrible punt. Gainwell's going to go ahead and replace Swift here. Jalen Hurts under pressure. He's escaping. He's dodging players, and he's going down for a sack. Trent McDuffie, 2nd-year corner, 1st-round pick out of the University of Washington, having a Pro Bowl caliber season, comes in on the corner blitz. This is something that the Kansas City Chiefs are going to do. This is something the Eagles must do, is that their offensive line has to beat the Chiefs defensive line, because you're going to see a lot of exotic blitzes like this. Steve Spagnuolo is just having a phenomenal season, just a phenomenal season. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and punt. McCall Hardman's waving everybody away. It's a short punt, but it's going to take an Eagles bounce, and it's going to just be on the Eagles side of the 20. So both teams 3 and out. So I think that we're going to see this. If you're curious about the weather, it's raining. It is cold. It's in the low 40s, not quite freezing. There is a small possibility it will dip later on in the game below freezing. But hey, listen, if you live in the Midwest, this is actually not that bad. It's really not that bad. Not that bad. And yeah, Slasher, win or lose, the Eagles, in my opinion, are the best team in the NFC. And I'm going to level with you. I think even if the Chiefs lose this game, I still would probably put them at the top of the class in the AFC. Baltimore had that horrific injury. Cleveland without Watson. Jacksonville, they're able to beat Jacksonville. But I mean, it's a great season. This is the game of the year. I can't tell you how geeked out I am about this. Dude, seriously, Gooch, why haven't we done this already? I've been meaning actually to travel to your neck of the woods, man. We should talk more outside of this. So, Denver Gator. Oh man, Denver Gator is my boy. Denver Gator, and by the way, Gooch, I was talking about hanging out. This is another guy I am definitely going to visit one of these days. He's in beautiful Florida. I bet you where you're at, Denver Gator, it's not. My computer says 43 degrees and rain. I guarantee it's not 43 and raining where you're at. I'm on Slasher side tonight. Fly, Eagles fly. I get it. By the way, kudos to your Denver Broncos. What a great win on Sunday night. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. Chiefs super fan. Welcome, brother, man. I'm so glad to see you, man. Yeah, not a good start going 3-0. Not a good start. I'm sorry, going 3 and out. And by the way, it's going to be a defensive game. That's why I think the key is to stop Mahomes scrambling. And because here's the deal, like Kelsey's going to go ahead and get some catches. You really want to make the Chiefs number 2 step up in this game if you're the Eagles. But I really think that you want to prevent Mahomes from scrambling. That's going to be key. Me and Slasher. $3+. Yeah, I'm not happy about that. I'm an old school guy. Patrick Mahomes in shotgun formation here. It's going to be a handoff to Pacheco right up the middle. He gets stopped after a gain of 2, powers forward for another yard. And I agree completely, Gooch. This is a day, and this is kind of why I think the Chiefs need to make sure that they stop Swift, because I think running the ball is going to be a really key factor in this game. So, Slashers. 2nd and 7 here, shotgun formation here. They're going to stick with 12 personnel. I got a feeling we're going to see Noah Gray and Kelsey a lot in this game. They're lined up to the right. It's going to be a handoff here. Pacheco's going to bounce it outside. It's out to the 30, 35, 40, out at the 45, a 22-yard gain. Nice run by Pacheco. I firmly believe that they were going to run this ball to the left side where the 2 tight ends were. The Eagles read this perfectly, converged, and then Pacheco just bounced to the opposite side. It looks like the Chiefs might have got away from Holden Flitch or Cox here, who raised his hands up. However, it was not called. So a gain of 22. Nice job by the Kansas City Chiefs offensive line here. And Pacheco, I think he has to have a big game. 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs on 47. Another handoff to Pacheco. Oh, this is actually Kadarius Toney. He's going to spin power forward for a gain of 12. So I thought it was Pacheco. They surprised me. They put Kadarius Toney in the backfield, use him as a running back. I was confused by it. It was just a simple handoff. Nice hole by the offensive line here. Really nice hole by the Chiefs offensive line. Kadarius Toney was able to score it forward for a gain of 12. Nice job. Oh, dude, One Pride. I got One Pride in the house, man. I'm curious, One Pride, man. You cheering for the Chiefs as well? Little quick screen here. McCole Hardman, he's at the 35 and down at the 34-yard line. Nice gain of 5 here. What it was, a quick screen to the bottom here. What you want to do is trying to get these wide receivers in space. They did the same thing with Kadarius Toney. Then you do the same thing with McCole Hardman. What you want to do is get these receivers just in some open field with some running room and see if they can make a play. You know Kelsey's going to get his. But one of these other wide receivers has to step up here. It's 2nd and 5 for the Kansas City Chiefs here. They're going to stick with 12 personnel. However, Kelsey's going to split out to the top. It is a slot wide receiver. Hand off to Pacheco, and he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage here. It's Williams, big number 93. I'm drawing a blank on who that is. Milton Williams. Okay, Milton Williams. 2021 third round pick out of Louisiana Tech. And I should have known that. I apologize. Yeah. Oh my God, Tim. Tim says, what's up? Just my thoughts. Both quarterbacks look rusty and a bit off after one series. I actually, there's something I'm dying to say, Tim, but I'm not going to. I'll come back here. It's 3rd and 7 here. Mahomes empty formation here. It's going to be a quick pass, and Kadarius Toney is stopped right at the first down marker here. It's going to be, if it's not a first down, it's going to be about 4th and about 2 to 3 inches here. And it looks like the Chiefs are going to get a very, very favorable spot, but they're going to go ahead and come up with the measurement. Tim, you had some things happen I'm dying to talk about, but I won't do it here. I don't know how much your personal life, but revealed. So Brian Brandt, it's funny. One Pride. I'm going to bring this up tomorrow. I saw something about the top 10 rookies, and Laporta was on that list, but Branch wasn't. And I'm really curious about your opinion. Really curious. Quentin Jefferson, if you're not aware, for the Chargers, dropped what would have been a game-winning or at least a game-tying touchdown. I really thought when I did all my mock drafts that they should have took Brian Branch instead of Quentin Jefferson. By the way, to Kadarius Toney, in measurement, it is a first down for the Kansas City Chiefs. It was by about half a football. So the Kansas City Chiefs, 6 plays, 51 yards on this drive so far, 1st and 10 at the Eagles 30. They're going to line up. They got trips to the top of the screen or in the motion Pacheco out. And that's going to be a Josh Sweat off sides as he was trying to anticipate the snap here. Nice job by Kansas City using motion and switching up the cadence here to draw Josh Sweat offside. So it's going to be 1st and 5. But I do want to talk about Brian Branch quite a bit because I'm really surprised he's not getting more consideration for Rookie of the Year. And I think he's had a massive impact. I was watching that game and I was convinced it was going to be Bears. I didn't get a chance. I'm sorry. I didn't watch the game. I was watching the highlights and I saw 26-14 in the 4th quarter. I'm like, they're going to blow this. Chiefs are going back to 12 personnel. They're going to line up kind of an old school formation here. A little quick screen to the bottom. It's going to be Rashid Rice. He breaks a tackle, gets out to the 10-yard line. This was a really nice play design. What you did, this was a RPO here. You had 2 tight ends lined up, an old school hand in the dirt formation on the left side. And what they did is they had Rashid Rice, the corner, and I can't tell who that was. I believe that's Bradbury, was off coverage. So Mahomes just threw him out there. It's actually Darius Slay and Rashid Rice, second round pick out of SMU, broke the tackle and scored it forward for a first down. It's going to be 1st and goal right at the 10-yard line for the Kansas City Chiefs. Very nice job by Mahomes there. It's going to be a handoff to Kadarius Toney. He's going to bounce into his own guy, and he's going to be tackled for a loss of 1. So they tried the same play that they did earlier for a 12-yard gain. They said they did it to the left side, and Hassan Reddick was ready for that. Hassan Reddick early on, 1 sack, tackle for a loss, having a big game so far. I can't tell you how much I love Hassan Reddick here. And to be honest with you, he runs right into Kadarius Toney runs into Donovan Smith. That's a Chiefs left tackle. So it's going to be 2nd and goal at the 11 here. Patrick Mahomes under center. It's going to be a handoff to Pacheco. He's going to bounce around to the right side, and he's going to keep powering forwards for a gain of about 8. It's going to be 3rd and goal at around the 3-yard line. because points are going to be at a premium, and I do think that there's points are going to be at a premium. I think it is going to be a defensive struggle. I'm kind of curious if the Chiefs in this situation may decide to make this a 4-down territory because they are inside the 3. So, especially, hopefully you didn't have the Lions covering. I would have warned you about that. Patrick Mahomes, empty formation here. He's scrambling around here. He's going to move forward into the pocket. He's going to jump. Touchdown, Kansas City, Scott. It's Justin Watson. Justin Watson back in the end zone. Touchdown, Chiefs. Chiefs strike first. 6-0, Kansas City. 5:34 left in the first quarter. So, yeah, no energy drink today. Trust me, I don't need it. Trust me, I don't need it. Yeah. That was such a great game. That was such a great game. Give the Broncos a lot of credit. Chiefs lining up for an extra point here to make this a 7-point game. And the kick is up and the kick is good. So, or it's 7-0. Oh man. Oh man, I really don't need it. I don't really need it. Yeah, I mean, Minnesota is in a they're in a real dogfight for that last wild card spot. They're in a real dogfight for that last wild card spot. So, yeah, Justin Jefferson's going to come in. I'm kind of wondering how he's going to mesh with Joshua Dobbs, because I mean, this offense was kind of designed to revolve around Justin Jefferson, and Joshua Dobbs was brought in, and he's been playing in an offense without Justin Jefferson. So, I mean, the offense with Justin Jefferson and without Justin Jefferson is really two separate and different things. Another thing is Joshua Dobbs has a lot of scrambling ability. Kirk Cousins does not. So one of the things that's been really interesting about the Vikings offense and the way it's changed is that it's more, street ball where, players are scrambling around. This might, even though like if you're playing Madden, this would make a lot of sense. But I mean, Justin Jefferson and Joshua Dobbs haven't practiced together. So it's going to be kind of weird. Hopefully this works out. Denver Gator being kind of a dick here, saying it's 72 and a nice breeze. Thanks, Denver Gator. It sucks out here. Good teams find a way to win no matter what. You are right about that. I don't know if you checked my power rankings. I know I'll get some Lions fans mad about that, but yeah. I didn't have a chance to watch the whole game, but I know just from the stat line, my thought process was Justin Fields is fresh, and being inactive, maybe just extra rest, being fresh. I know he had over 100 yards rushing, efficient through the air. I follow a lot of Bears social media, and they all feel the same way, that the coaching staff is terrible and that they just blew it. Of course, if you're a Lions fan, you're going to feel different. But we're going to talk about this tomorrow, man, because when I saw that they were down late in the fourth quarter, I thought, hey, look, are the Lions just rolling out their helmets for this one? And but I like the win. I got him 6th in my power rankings. That's a great spot, believe it or not. Chiefs are going to kick off here, and the kick is up, and it is going to go out of the end zone. So the Eagles are going to take over at their own 25-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Philadelphia Eagles. And so both teams on their first possession went 3 and out. Both teams went 3 and out on their first possession. The Chiefs had a nice adjustment offensively, showed you some different formations. They're showing the touchdown, and basically this touchdown was because of Travis Kelce getting essentially triple teamed. And one of these other players has got to step up. One of these other players has got to step up. 1st and 10 for the Philadelphia Eagles. They're going right to left on my screen here. They're in motion. DeAndre Swift is a wide receiver to the bottom of the formation here. Trent McDuffie's coming in on a blitz here. Hurts is scrambling, moving out, and gets Devontae Smith for a gain of 20. Nice play by Devontae Smith here. And if you haven't been watching football all year, you probably don't know how good of a season A.J. Brown is. Almost any other year, A.J. Brown would be the number one wide receiver in the NFL, just because of a near historic season that Tyreek Hill's having. A.J. Brown is not getting probably the recognition he deserves, but he's having an all-time great season. The Chiefs double-teamed him on that play, and I expect that to happen. So other players have got to step up. One thing that's interesting is they had both DeAndre Swift and Gainwell both in the game. And DeAndre Swift's going to break free here. He's got a gain of 7 as the Eagles are doing something a little different that I haven't seen yet. They're using both running backs at the same time. Both Gainwell and DeAndre Swift are actually, that was Zacharias. He's a wide receiver, but he's lined up in the backfield. So he's number 13. Gainwell's 14. My mistake. But they had him lined up in the backfield, and that's something a little different. Nice little wrinkle here. So the Eagles are making a nice adjustment early on in this in the second drive of the game here as they enter enemy territory. It's going to be 2nd and 3 on the Chiefs' 48-yard line here. Jalen Hurts is in shotgun formation. He's got, I believe that's Swift. He's going to motion to the top of the formation here. It's going to be a direct run for Hurts, and he's just going to get the first down and go down at the 41-yard line. This was really smart by Jalen Hurts here. He gets the first down, sees he gets first down, dives forward for another couple of yards, doesn't take a hit, but he makes sure that he gets the first down. And this is a very nice job by Jalen Hurts. And I can't say enough good things about Jalen Hurts. I think that even though he was the MVP candidate most of the season, he's probably the front runner. At least he was, in my opinion. I actually think this year he's playing better. And there's a timeout on the field here. It's going to be a timeout for the Chiefs. And it looks like the Chiefs had a little confusion here. And kudos to the Eagles here by causing some confusion and forcing an early timeout. So 3:31 left in the first quarter. There's a timeout here, and it's going to be 7-0 here as we go to commercial break here. One Pride 40 says, I like Laporta, but Branch has been 3 times better. Honestly, I think Branch probably has played better, but Laporta's got the stats. It's flashy. Top 10 rookies, I think Laporta was 9 or 10. And Branch wasn't on the list, and I'm really curious how you think. I would put Branch above Laporta. Branch is playing well for rookie. Yeah, Gibbs. The whole rookie class is playing well. I know Jack Campbell. He was actually brought in to replace Anzalone, and Anzalone just said, "Hey, look, you know what? I'm going to be one of the best linebackers in football. Good luck with that." So we have one of the best draft classes between us and the Rams. You have some. Yeah, your draft class is phenomenal. I gave you guys a B+ because I thought you reached for both Gibbs and Campbell, but rounds, 2 and below have been off the charts. And the Rams draft class I really liked as well, but I didn't give them an A. If I remember, I gave them I got my list right below me. I gave them a B, but right now it looks better. Yeah, I agree. I think part of it was Watson. I think part of it was that they just kind of overlooked the Bears. So, oh man, I got keys in the house, man. Yeah, Perry, they should have. When Kansas City only beat Denver by 11, Lions fans were loud in the comments about how they should. Yeah, they were. And kudos to the Lions for getting the win, but kudos to getting the win, but Aaron Glenn needs to be replaced with good. It's funny because there's a lot of Lions fans that really like Aaron Glenn. A lot of Lions fans that really like Aaron Glenn. It would surprise me if he gets some teams that are asking him to be a head coach here. We're going to get back to the game here. 3:31 left in the first quarter, 1st and 10 on the Chiefs' 42-yard line here. Shotgun formation. It's going to be a handoff right up the middle. It's going to be Swift, and he's going to be stopped for a gain of 3. I really like what the Eagles are doing offensively is they got 2 running backs in the backfield here, and both these guys are excellent receivers. Both these guys have good speed. And they're doing a lot of really, really good things. I just think it's awesome what they're doing offensively. In the first drive of the game, they were 3 and out. And they go ahead and kind of make some adjustments here. Here they're going to go with, I believe this is Gainwell. They got trips at the top of the formation here. They have A.J. Brown has yet to get a reception. It's a little quick pass to DeAndre Swift, and there's a flag on the play here. Nice job by the Chiefs linebackers to prevent a bigger gain here, as this was basically as they were blitzing, the Chiefs are blitzing. I'm kind of surprised. I'm seeing a lot of blitzing early on. I really wasn't expecting this, and they're able to put some pressure. I believe this is going to be holding. It's going to be actually illegal contact against the Chiefs, and this is a huge penalty because instead of 3rd down, it's going to be an automatic 1st down. Illegal use of the hands on L'Jarius Sneed. And what you're going to see here is the Chiefs' A.J. Brown – the Eagles' A.J. Brown, the Chiefs are making a concerted effort to take him out of the game early. And you're going to see the Eagles do the same thing about Kelsey. So the second drive of the game, the Chiefs had other players step up. Here we see through a penalty, it's going to be right now, thanks to a penalty, A.J. Brown stepped up, but basically other players on the Eagles are going to have to step up. The Chiefs are really going to try their best to keep A.J. Brown out of this game as much as possible here. It's going to be 1st and 10 on the 35-yard line. Jalen Hurts going to hand off to Swift. Swift's going to power forward for a gain of 3. It's going to be a 2nd and 7 here. I can see he needs O-line wide receiver. I couldn't agree more. Kansas City lines Tony up in the backfield, hands off to him. Philly has to line up wide receiver. Yeah, they did. Oh God, he's playing so well. I mean, they drafted Jack Campbell to replace him, and he's just like, yes, all right, here I am. 2nd and 8 here. It's going to be empty formation. It's going to be Hurts, and it's going to be a nice throw and catch here. Devontae Smith for a 1st down. And so early on, Devontae Smith's had 2 catches this drive, I believe, for 33 yards. Very nice throw and catch. Devontae Smith, of course, the Heisman Trophy winner. Gooch, I can't remember where he played college ball at. Maybe you can help me out here. If Gooch is still here, maybe you can remind me. Went somewhere. Can't remember. 1st and 10 for the Philadelphia Eagles here. We're going under 130 in the first quarter here. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line here. It's going to be they're going to have Swift to Jalen Hurts, right? Jalen Hurts is going to scramble as the Chiefs bring a linebacker blitz. Hurts is going to throw the ball out of the end zone here. It's going to be a 2nd and 10. Yeah, defense got to force a field goal. Cold, wet. It's not that windy, but anytime's rain in the Midwest. Field goals really aren't a given. So, I mean, keep in mind these guys are professionals. Of course, they should make it, but it's not as easy as it would be like, in a dome or nice weather like Denver Gators bringing up. 2nd and 10 for the Philadelphia Eagles here on the 21. They got trips at the top of the formation here. Swifts to Jalen Hurts left. Their tight end, Dallas Goedert's out. I'm drawing a blank on the backup here. It's going to be a run to the outside here. Swift's going to break a tackle. He's going to do a spin move at the 5, and he's going to be down at the 3, 18-yard gain. What a nice run by DeAndre Swift. DeAndre Swift has to have a big game, folks. Dallas Goedert's out, and I'm drawing a blank on the Eagles' backup tight end, Jack Stoll. Not really a threat. Dallas Goedert's really, really good. But DeAndre Swift has to step up this game here. DeAndre Swift's going to take the handoff. He's going to go around to the right side here, and he's going to go into the end zone for a touchdown. The Chiefs are wanting to hold. They're not going to get it. So we are 7-6 with the extra point looming. So 31 seconds left in the first quarter, and we're one extra point away from a tie ball game. 2 first-round picks in 2 seconds. Should be getting production with that anyway. Laporta's played fantastic. Well, it's going to be Snead. This is planned by Kansas City, by the way. Snead's going to play a lot of press, and they're going to have, and it's going to be off the upright and in, so almost a missed extra point. You're going to see the Chiefs. What they're going to do is this old Belichick style defense, and what they're going to do is they're going to take away the Eagles' number one option. They're going to take away AJ Brown, and what they're going to say is, hey, can DeAndre Swift and Dallas Goedert's a major security blanket for Jalen Hurts. He's not playing today, so what they're going to try to take away AJ Brown, DeAndre Swift, and Devontae Smith are going to have to play good. And the same thing is going to be true with the Eagles. They're going to try to take away Kelsey. You saw in the Watson tight end, they had 3 guys on Kelsey. So we're going to see that. The clip they showed was on the chest. They showed it really quick, and I didn't have a chance to. I was kind of reading the comments here. I didn't get a chance to really see it. I'm not going to worry too much about it. Smith went to the best team in the SEC, Georgia. Oh God! And in a couple of days we're going to see. In a couple of days, or a couple of weeks, we're going to see Georgia and Alabama play in a great game. And then Saturday, a game that I'm going to DVR but miss live will be Michigan, Ohio State. So. Yeah, Perry, Campbell will take a little bit of time to develop. If you're looking at Campbell and you're worried he's going to be a bust, no, he's just going to take some time. I mean, he's a raw dude. Played on a team with a ton of talent, and let's be honest, Big Ten football is you know what? I'm not going to go there, but yeah, it's just going to take some time. It's going to take some time. Next year, I think he'll be 100 tackle guy, and he'll be fine. You guys are going to love him. He's a guy I really liked. Oh God, Keys is being an instigator early on. Oh God, I love this man. Kansas City should win big in this game since the field is slippery, but only for Philly, as we saw this. Yes, sir, Perry. They are playing at Arrowhead. The weather is in the mid to low 40s, and it is raining. There is a possibility that it will get below freezing in the second half, but more than likely it's going to stay in the 40s. Yeah, they got Alberto. I remember him at the combine. I watched him play at Missouri, and then I remember at the combine he ran like a 4.48, and I was like, what the hell? I never saw that at MU. He averaged like 10 yards a catch. The kick is up, and it's going to go out of the end zone. Chiefs are going to start the ball with 31 seconds left in the first quarter. It's going to be a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. So both teams started out 3 and out. Second possession, both teams scored a touchdown. So it's interesting. Both these teams, this is like a classic heavyweight fight, and I think it's going to be this way the whole game. The game so far has lived up to the hype. Chiefs are going to go 13 personnel. That's 3 tight ends, 1 wide receiver. It's Pacheco in the backfield, and the Eagles are not. The Eagles are completely ready for this, as Milton Williams went ahead and hit Pacheco in the backfield. Pacheco did corkscrew his way to get back to the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 2nd and 10. And it appears the Chiefs are more than content with letting the first quarter come to an end here. As we start second quarter, it's going to be 2nd and 10 on the 25-yard line. Folks, we're tied at 7. We are tied at 7. Yes, sir, we did. And I didn't get a chance to talk about the keys to each game, each team. But for the Eagles, what you really got to do is DeAndre Swift has to have a big game. And the reason why is the Chiefs are going to go out of their way to take A.J. Brown out of this game as much as possible. DeAndre Swift has to have a big game in order for the Eagles to win. And so far, yes, so far DeAndre Swift's look awesome. And I have been adamant that like this was the guy the Chiefs should have gotten, says CEH. I also was adamant the Lions never used this guy, right? To be honest with you, coming out of college, I thought Swift was better than Gibbs, and I have no idea why they used Gibbs this way, but they never used Swift that way. I don't get it. I think you guys have said it's injuries, and if that's the case, then he's healthy and doing a fantastic job in Philly. The NFL needs to start cracking down on the refs. The refs this year seem to keep the games close, to keep the fans to watch for longer. And there's always talk about this every single year. The truth is, out of all the governing, of all the major sports, I think the NFL does the best job with its officials. They went a few years the refs had the holdouts, and then they did the replacement refs, and the play calling and penalties just dramatically dropped. So they went ahead and went to full-time officials, and they do I'm going to tell you something. It's a lot harder than it looks. I've never watched a game live on the field. Every single person that I've ever talked to that's been to a live game say the same thing, that it's so much faster on the field. There's a former Chiefs player who said that in college you can see the number, but in the NFL it's so fast you can't even see the number. It's just like a blur. And so, like, we get the credit of these slow motion shots and camera angles, but I mean, these guys are moving at literally world-class speeds. And what the NFL does is that they grade them weekly. They actually grade these refs weekly, and the ones that grade the highest, they get to advance on to the more predominant games, playoff games, Super Bowl, and those guys end up, the more predominant games, they get paid more. Back to the game here. It's going to be Patrick Mahomes in shotgun formation, 2 tight ends. It's going to be handoff to Pacheco. Nowhere to go. He's going to bounce to the inside for a gain of 2. So it's going to be 3rd and long here. And I like what Kansas City's doing by trying to establish the run and getting Pacheco, trying to get Pacheco a lot of touches here. I really like this. The weather is not good. The weather is not good. As I mentioned before, it's in the mid 40s right now, according to my computer. It is raining out there. They're going to call it 3rd and 9 here. Jared McKinnon's going to be in Mahomes right here. Trips to the top of the screen. Kelsey to the bottom. Mahomes scrambles, but he's tripped up by Jalen Carter. Nice play by Jalen Carter, but there's a flag down on the play. We're going to see what the flag is. By the way, Jalen Carter does not make this tackle. It's going to be a first down for the Kansas City Chiefs, as Mahomes had nothing but room to roam. My number one key to the game for the Eagles, and it's going to be a holding call against Kansas City, so it's going to be declined, and Kansas City's going to punt. Number one key to the game is to prevent Mahomes from scrambling. And Donovan Smith is furious. He's Chiefs left tackle. He was brought over in a free agency from Tampa Bay. He is livid. But I got to give a lot of credit there to Jalen Carter. Just made a very athletic play as he grabbed Mahomes' ankle. So the Chiefs are going to go ahead and punt. So after scoring a touchdown on their last possession, they go 3 and out. Now it's Philly's turn here. As the first Tommy Townsend punt was not good. This one is significantly better. It's very high, but returnable. He's going to get the punt, return at the 35, pushed out of bounds at about the 39. So good field position for the Philadelphia Eagles. Really good position for the Philadelphia Eagles as play resumes here. It's a 14:02 left in the second quarter. Chiefs 7, Eagles 7. And this has been a great game early on. Both teams started out 3 and out. Then the second possession, both teams scored touchdowns. The Chiefs' third possession, they went 3 and out. And now we're going to see what the Eagles can do with their third possession. So, but to touch base on this again, Perry, the NFL does a really good job with officiating. And the ones that are graded poorly get downgraded in games. And then you can be fired from your job if you score a poor enough grade, but the referees that do the best advance on. So Laporta, Branch, and Gibb. Yeah. And by the way, you have your third round picks. What was it? Dominic, the defensive tackle out of Western Kentucky. I really like that pick. I don't know how much he's playing. He's a guy who's going to be raw. He's a guy that if you can't afford McNeil, he could be a guy that could replace McNeil potentially. You're going to have some cap casualties on this team. I'm telling you right now, you're going to have some cap casualties. McNeil's could be one of them. So I really like that pick. You also have the quarterback out of Tennessee. I can't believe I'm drawing a blank on his name. That was probably my favorite draft pick. A guy with massive upside that a lot of people thought you could have taken him in the first. A lot of people thought you could have taken that kid in the first. You get him in third. So offense might need to keep scoring tonight because defense. I think we're going to see a defensive game, Chiefs super fan. But this is a big possession. Big possession. If C. Williams doesn't play in a bowl game, will his draft stock drop? Will GMs and scouts start questioning his passion? No. Nick Bosa didn't play in a bowl game. He went number 2 overall, dominant NFL career. Christian McCaffrey, CMC, he didn't play in a bowl game. He still went top 10. There's been more examples of players that have played in bowl games and have gotten injured. I'm drawing a blank on the Ole Miss quarterback who tore his ACL the first drive of the Sugar Bowl. The Ole Miss quarterback, I'm drawing a complete blank, but there's talk about him going in the first round. Tore his ACL and ended up going in the third. No, absolutely not. And if I'm serious, if I'm Caleb Williams, I don't play in a bowl game. I don't expect him to. Back to the game here. It's going to be 1st and 10 on the Eagles 39 here. They're going left to right on the screen here. 2 wide receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. It looks like DeAndre Swift is to Jalen Hurts right here. Jalen Hurts back to pass. It's going to be A.J. Brown's first catch of the game. Tackled after a gain of 8, and L'Jarius Sneed's going to be one-on-one. And by the way, L'Jarius Sneed's a guy, hopefully he stays in Kansas City, but he's a guy, it would not surprise me, gets a lot of money this offseason in free agency. He's going to be locked up on A.J. Brown one-on-one, a bigger, more physical corner, and we're going to see coverage over top here. So it's 2nd and 2. Great job by the Eagles in their first play here. It's going to be a handoff, not to DeAndre Swift, who is lined up as a wide receiver and put in motion, but is that gain? No, it's Boston Scott, and he gets a gain of 4. So the Eagles get a first down here. McCole Hardman is questionable to return with a hand injury. Man, this is such a good game already. Just like, no, dude, hey, no, listen, I get it, man. I'm a Slasher. I can't thank you enough just for joining me here, man. I can't thank you enough for clicking on YouTube and watching. I seriously, it means the world to me. 1st and 10 for the Eagles here. I can't see the field position marker. It's on the enemy territory at the 49. It's going to be a handoff to Gainwell, and he stopped for Willie Gay stopped him in backfield, twisted him around. So it's going to be a gain of nothing. It could have been a loss of 1. Willie Gay having a good game so far here. Another player on this Chiefs defense that could be gone in free agency, having a really good season. And I really, again, even though there was no gain here, I really like what the Eagles are doing offensively. It's a nice balance of run and pass. They're using 2 running backs, a little more than they've done in the past. So we're seeing a lot of different things by the Philadelphia Eagles early on. They're going to call it a gain of 1. Gainwell's going to stay in. 4 wide receivers here, 2 to the top, 2 to the bottom. And it's going to be intercepted by L'Jarius Sneed. Interception. And then stripped by A.J. Brown. And we're going to see what's going on here because there's definitely a possibility that what happened is L'Jarius Sneed got the interception. A.J. Brown stripped it, but they're going to say that momentum caused him to be down. It's going to be an interception. First down, Kansas City Chiefs defense strikes. And they're going to take a look at this, but this looks like a clean interception by L'Jarius Sneed. And as he is down, they're going to take a look at this because A.J. Brown, actually, this is a really smart football play by A.J. Brown. So it is a catch. They're going to look at this, but definitely a catch. A.J. Brown waits and tries to strip the ball away. And by the way, he does get the strip. So this is going to be really interesting because this is an excellent play by A.J. Brown because at no point is L'Jarius Sneed legitimately down. I'm going to be honest with you. If your referees make the call that he's down, and they can do that, and that can't be overturned, this is a fumble, and it's going to be Eagles ball. But we're going to have probably a long commercial break over this. Long commercial break. If you're joining and you are watching this live and you're not commenting, that is more than okay. I can't thank you enough just for tuning into YouTube and watching all the love and support that I've gotten from everybody. I can't put into words how much this means to me. Yep, Gibbs is good, man. Gibbs is very good. Swift was injured too. Yeah, he probably did. I wanted him in Kansas City so bad. And it's funny, they got another one of my major draft crushes, Rashad Penny, and he's barely touched the field. Yeah, he was. Carter's playing phenomenal. I'm not sure. Philly jumped a few times according to my naked eye, but oh well, one pride. We got a big call coming up here. Chiefs offense can't stop scoring. If they do and the defense allows points. Yeah, I agree with you, Chiefs superfan. Chiefs superfan's on fire, man. I'm so glad you found my channel and jumped in. Nagy and Spags need to put their players in position, take advantage of the only Philly that's having a slippery field. Come on. Yeah. Martin. Yeah, he is a project. And you may, and like I said, you may lose McNeil in free agency and he's going to take over. I thought it was a great third round draft pick. Hendon Hooker, sorry. It's not common for Dan to forget. Oh, God. Denver Gators, my boy, man. I saw 2 runs at Swift bounce outside. It looks like we're starting to over pursue. Yeah, and part of that is Swift's really good, man. I can't emphasize enough. Now, keep in mind, if we drafted Swift and says CEH, we never would have taken Pacheco. And Pacheco's been fantastic, but Swift's a guy that I absolutely loved. And they're going to call this down, so it's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs defense force a turnover here. Patrick Mahomes empty formation here. He's going to scramble up in the pocket here, and he's going to go down quickly. And Fletcher Cox, this is kind of a cheap shot by Cox here. He puts his knee on Mahomes' head. And I'm going to be honest with you. If I'm okay, they're showing this again, and A.J. Brown did touch him, so he was down. Okay, I thought A.J. Brown stayed away from him, but great play by L'Jarius Sneed on primetime television. So, he's a guy who's getting paid this offseason, hopefully by the Chiefs, because I love this guy. It's going to be trips at the bottom of the screen here. Kelsey's going to motion a little closer here. Patrick Mahomes shotgun formation. He's going to go back to pass. He's going to pump fake. He's going to scramble to the right here. He's got open room to run, and he's going to go down after a gain of 3. It's going to be about 3rd and 3 here and they're showing A.J. Brown, and he's visibly frustrated on the sidelines here, and he should be. I mean, the Chiefs have gone out of their way to take him out of this game, and a great play by L'Jarius Sneed. A.J. Brown's probably saying he didn't touch him, but he did. It looked like he was trying not to. So, and A.J. Brown is he's hopefully he can get back in the game if you're an Eagles fan. It's going to be a 3rd and 4 here for the Chiefs here. Trips to the bottom of the screen. Travis Kelce to the top here. Kadarius Toney's in the backfield. lined up as a running back. They're going to go downfield, and I believe Justin Watson gets the reception here. Eagles players are on the sideline motioning incomplete, but Justin Watson gets the fat pass for a Kansas City Chiefs first down at midfield. Justin Watson having that second catch of the game here, having a really nice game. And this is really, really good here by if you notice, we haven't been calling Travis Kelce's name, and what they've been doing is the same thing the Chiefs are doing with A.J. Brown. The Eagles are doing Travis Kelce. They're trying to get him out of the game here. I don't think he has a catch so far. Patrick Mahomes shotgun formation. It's going to be a handoff to Pacheco right up the middle. Corkscrews his way after. Oh man, what a nice run! Goes right up the middle. Hit after a gain of 5. Corkscrewed his way forward for another gain of 3. It's going to be second and about 1. And they're showing Travis Kelce. It looks like he's a little frustrated here. I'm not exactly sure what his frustration is. Maybe. Oh, okay. He's not frustrated. He just got hit in the shin. A helmet to the shin hurts, folks. Second and short here for the Chiefs. They're going to go 12 personnel here. They're going to have Sky Moore and Rashee Rice in there, but they're going to power forward with Isaiah Pacheco for a gain of 4 and a Kansas City Chiefs first down. They're all baby. Yes, they are. Over pursuing like a fat kid chasing an ice cream truck from Willie Gay's having a nice game, folks. Doing his best Bolton impersonation on that play. When it's raining, it's better to run the ball. Patrick Mahomes shotgun formation. Isaiah Pacheco to his right, trips at the bottom of formation. A little quick screen, a little quick pass to get Travis Kelce on the board. A gain of 8 here. So we finally get to call Travis Kelce here. By the way, if he didn't touch him, yeah, and by the way, if he didn't touch him, it would have been Eagles ball. The Lions will have $100 million in cap space next year. Oh my God. Caitlin Clark is a Chiefs fan. Oh yeah, I heard that. Keys is a huge Iowa guy. Empty formation here, trips to the bottom. Kelce and Sky Moore to the top here. Patrick Mahomes going to scramble around here. He's being chased by Sweat. He's going to pump fake, get a first down, and go out of bounds after a gain of 5. And by the way, excellent athleticism by Patrick Mahomes is Josh Sweat's a fast dude. As he was coming around to Mahomes' left and chased him up the field, but Mahomes was able to elude and get a gain of 5. This is the number one thing the Eagles need to do is limit Patrick Mahomes running the ball. I know it sounds crazy, but you really got to limit these runs because they're keeping drives alive here. Patrick Mahomes, 7 out of 8, 53 yards, 15 rushing yards, and 1 passing touchdown. It's going to be CEH enters the game. He's going to go around to the right side. Nice gain of 12 and a Kansas City Chiefs first down. CEH, I talked bad about him. Then he comes into the game, gets a gain of 12. First down, Kansas City, as the Chiefs are definitely inside field goal range. But this is a game that the Chiefs would really like to get touchdowns. And a nice job by Travis Kelce there blocking Josh Sweat. It's kind of designed. Basically, they both, Noah Gray and Travis Kelce, got some nice blocks here. But I want to hear from you Chiefs fans how Travis Kelce is a great blocker. Don't go there, Chiefs fans. We are inside the red zone, and Patrick Mahomes is going to call a timeout. And the Eagles lead the NFL in rushing yards allowed, 66.3, which is the best in the NFL. Chiefs already have 86 yards rushing. And a lot of that is Patrick Mahomes scrambling around. It's also the threat of Kelce and using Isaiah Pacheco wisely here. Will having 2 timeouts already used in the first half come back and haunt Kansas City? We'll have to wait and see. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully it doesn't. Helmet to shin is better than helmet to the cup. You're right about that. But that I'm telling you right now, helmet to the shin hurts like hell. You still, yeah, Isaiah Pacheco. It's funny because I watch old clips of Eric Dickerson, who's just beautiful, and Anyway, back to the game here. Empty formation here. Trips to the top of the screen. It's Isaiah Pacheco and Kelsey at the bottom here. Patrick Mahomes back to pass, goes to the end zone. Intercepted. Kevin Bayard gets the pick. And the mid-season trade for Bayard pays off big time as he picks off Patrick Mahomes in the end zone. And it's going to be a touchback. Eagles ball here. So both teams matching themselves hit for hit, tit for tat. First possession of the game, both teams go 3 and out. Second possession of the game, both teams score a touchdown. Third possession of the game, both teams throw a pick. Hurts and Mahomes both throw a pick. As Eagles are going to get the ball back. 6:45 left in the first half, tied up at 7. Yeah, so watching Eric Dickerson run is so beautiful. It's hard to think of him as a football player, but O.J. Simpson used to have kind of a hefty, jerky running style. I'm not comparing on or off the field, but it's really weird. It's funny because you're taught in track to have as little wasted motion as possible, and that's one thing Eric Dickerson did. Is they were talking about Eric Dickerson. You could put a Coke bottle on the top of his head, and he could run 80 yards downfield. Where Isaiah Pacheco runs, it's like every part of his body's moving, and it's you're right. It's funny. It really is. But I love the way he runs. It is better to skate to the CEH has got to do a lot more for me to treat him anything better than a red. I'm not sure. Edwards has a history injury too. Which Edwards? CEH or Mike Edwards? Which Edwards? Holy crap! A CEH sighting. It was more than 2 yards. Yeah, and if you're not familiar, Chiefs fans are not happy with CEH. He didn't really produce. Keep in mind, Jonathan Taylor was drafted after CEH, just a few picks after. DeAndre Swift was drafted by Detroit. Cam Akers was a guy that I had rated higher. Was also drafted in the second round. J.K. Dobbins, of course, J.K. Dobbins can't stay healthy, but these are all guys that I had rated higher than CEH. I really didn't like. I really didn't like the pick. But the one thing I'll say about CEH is that even though he's short, he runs with some power, and he's also an excellent receiver. But I remember he ran a 4.62 at the combine, and he did what everybody runs a 4.62. If you're a skill position guy and you run a 4.62 at the NFL combine, you always say, "Oh, I usually that's a bad time." But he runs like a guy who runs a 4.62. So 1st and 10 at the 20 here. It's going to be pistol set, and Swift's going to be behind. And Swift gets the handoff and gets a gain of 10. I'm not sure if it's going to be a first down or not. So it was nice job, kind of a college-style offense. It was a pistol set, 2 tight ends on each side, and then 2 wide receivers. The tight ends were off the line of scrimmage. The receivers were on the line of scrimmage. So it's a college formation, something that I see more in college than in the pros. But DeAndre Swift did get enough for a first down. So it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 30 here. They're now going to have Swift lined up to Jalen Hurts right. It's going to be play action pass here under pressure and sacked by Chris Jones. And what they did is I can't wait to see this on the outside here, but I believe they had Chris Jones lined up as the defensive end and Charles Omonihu lined up as the tackle. And they just had Chris Jones just go right around here. They're not going to show okay, so they are showing a replay. And I was 100% wrong. Chris Jones, just the defensive tackle here. And Omonihu goes inside. And even though Chris Jones is going to get credit for the sack, that was actually on Omonihu, because when he cut inside, he got those additional blockers that had to go off on him. So it's going to be 2nd and 17. Little drop off here to Stoll, the backup tight end. And Leo Chenal read that perfectly. And a nice job by Leo Chenal as he was lined up as the defensive end, and then at the snap, dropped back off in the coverage, read the flat perfectly and got the tackle. And this is something that Chiefs defense is doing that's very interesting. Is they're using players that don't really have assigned positions. He lines up, he'll cover players, they'll line them up as defensive end. 3rd and 14 here for the Philadelphia Eagles. Big 3rd down here for the Chiefs as we are under 4:45 left in the first half here. Tied at 7, and the Chiefs are showing blitz here as they got Chris Jones to the outside here. Chiefs are going to go ahead and bring 4. Chris Jones sack! Another sack by Chris Jones. 4th down, forcing the Eagles to punt. What they did is they had Chris Jones on the outside. They had Leo Chenal on the outside. And then they put Mike Hanna, an undersized defensive end. He's really linebacker size, placed at the nose, trying to go one-on-one against Kelsey. They brought blitz. They had both linebackers lined up in the B gap. They didn't bring Gay. So the Eagles are going to go ahead and punt here. I want to talk about that play here a little more here. I believe that's Kadarius Toney. He's going to spin. He's going to break a tackle. He's going to get forward. He's to the 35. He's to the 40. He comes upfield to the 45. He's to the 50. The Eagles 45. What a thrilling, nice punt return. Goes to Eagles territory. The Chiefs are going to get the ball 1st and 10 on the Eagles 45-yard line. 3:49 left in the second quarter. Folks, we got a great game here. We got a great game. Eli Manning said he thought the reason wide receivers have been struggling is because of high volume. Yeah, that's exactly that. Jason, what is up, brother? Eagles win. All Eagles fans are welcome here, man. I'll be honest with you. I think these are the 2 best teams in the NFL, win or lose. 1st and 10 for the Chiefs. Isaiah Pacheco right up the middle here. He's going to be tackled. What was that, 52? He's from the Houston Texans. Drew a blank on his name here, but gain of 4 here. Nice job by the Chiefs. I really like that the Chiefs are running the ball and running the ball effectively. Eagles can't win. Jason Field is slippery for their players only. Chiefs superfan, yeah. Should have just threw that ball away. Really should have been throwing a lot of picks. But, I mean, not as bad as Josh Allen. 2nd and 7 here. It's going to be a 12 set, but Kelsey's going to line up in the slot here. It's going to be a little – they're going to try to throw a quick out to Watson, and the throw is a little off here. It's going to be incomplete. It's going to be 3rd and 7. And if the Chiefs can't take advantage of this and at least get a field goal on this possession, that's really a huge win for the Eagles because, it's such a great punt return by Kadarius Toney, and to put the Chiefs starting off in Eagles territory for the Eagles to get a stop here is massive. It's 3rd and 7 here. For the Chiefs, trips to the bottom of the screen. Travis Kelsey to the top here. Jared McKinnon's to Patrick Mahomes' right. Josh Sweat looks to jump offside. It's going to be a free play. Mahomes going to take a shot downfield to Kelsey. And Kelsey wants a flag. I can't tell who's covering him. I believe it was Byard. But both Mahomes and Kelsey really want a flag. There's definitely contact there. I can't tell who it was, but the play doesn't matter because it's a Josh Sweat. Josh Sweat was offside. So I really like what the Chiefs did here is that they saw those offsides, took a shot downfield. And I'm trying to figure out what the Eagles are doing defensively. And I was correct. What they did is they had Kevin Byard lined up basically as a corner. And what they did is they did press on Kelsey, and the Eagles got away with one. Is that really? By the way, excellent veteran move by holding on the inside away from the officials. But it's going to be 3rd and 2 here. It's going to be a handoff to Pacheco. Pacheco's going to bounce to the right side. He's to the outside. He's to the 25. A gain of I believe that's a gain of 15 yards. And Pacheco's having a fantastic game. And what they did is that it was just a handoff right up the middle. Pacheco was patient because the Eagles originally had this stopped here, and they had to wait for the double team to go ahead and actually it wasn't a double team, but I can't tell who had, if it was Trey Smith or Creed Humphrey, had a fantastic block here. They're not going to show that again, but it was a fantastic block here. It's going to be 1st and 10 on the Eagles 25-yard line. Patrick Mahomes back to pass. He's under pressure here. He was under pressure by Milton Williams. He's going to break a tackle. He's going to scramble to the 25 to the 15. I'm not sure we're going to sit him out of bounds, but Mahomes was out. It looks like he was stopped for a loss. And what they're going to do is they're in motion for time to continue on. So the Chiefs are going to let the clock go down to a 2-minute warning. I'm unsure. They're going to say it's 1st and 10. Nice run. Mahomes was stopped for a loss. Williams having a really good game, by the way. But it looks like they're not going to show the replay, but Mahomes looked like he was going to be stopped for a loss of 2, stiff-armed, and then ran, and it looked like he was just going to run out of bounds, just runs right on the sidelines. I thought he actually stepped out of bounds, but he didn't, so an excellent run by Mahomes. The number one thing the Eagles got to do is limit Patrick Mahomes running the ball. First half, they haven't been able to do it. Pacheco is like one of those battery-less flashlights you have to shake for oh, God. Let's be fair. When it's raining, you have more of a chance of an interception. Cornerback will have a field day. The running back for Kansas City. 2-minute warning. Chiefs are inside the red zone. It's 7-up. As we're on commercial break, I'm going to get some of these comments here. By the way, thank you guys for these fantastic comments here. It's just great. I can't thank you guys enough for joining me doing my favorite thing in the world, and that's just talking football. Few of you have asked. I am going to do more games down the line. I don't know if it's going to be this year or next year, but I am going to do more games. I mean, that's the plan. There's a lot of things actually have in the works. I just I work full time, and it's a time issue. Tomorrow, my picks video will come out. I've already started working on it. I pretty much got all my picks lined out. It's just a question of putting it into the video. It's a little delayed last week. Hopefully, I won't have the same problems. I'll get the video out early. Also, tomorrow, I'm going to have a threesome with Keys and One Pride. I released my power rankings earlier today, so please check out my rankings 1 through 32. I have Philly at 1. I have Kansas City at 2. If Kansas City wins, they'll go to 1. Obviously, Philly with a loss will probably go to 2. I just think they're playing fantastic football. I think these are the 2 best teams in the NFL, and this is the best game of the year. Kudos to the NFL for doing a world-class job with scheduling. We got some great games on Thanksgiving. Green Bay going to Detroit. What a great job by Green Bay. They've won 2 straight. They're in the wild card hunt. And with a loss, I believe Detroit, if they're not the 1 seed, they're battling for the 1 seed. So playoff implications in that early game. Washington will travel to Dallas. With a loss, we'll get back to that in a minute here. It's going to be 1st and 10 on the 11. Very nice job by Patrick Mahomes. I was surprised he got all that. They're going to 12 personnel. It's going to be a handoff right up the middle to Pacheco, and he's stopped by Williams, who's having a fantastic game. Pacheco runs for a gain of 4. And what I really like with this run play is that the Eagles are going to call a timeout here. And that I was going to say they're going to eat clock, but instead the Eagles are forced to use timeouts, because what you really want to do is you really want to either eat clock or force the Eagles to use timeouts, because they're going to go in 2-minute offense mode and try to move the ball downfield. Of course, the Chiefs are going to play prevent defense. So ideally, the Chiefs really want to score a touchdown here, because the Eagles, what they're going to try and do is move the ball downfield, take advantage of the prevent defense, and try for a field goal. Remember, the Eagles get the ball first in the second half, so this is a very big possession here. It's going to be another handoff to Pacheco right up the middle, powers forward for a gain of 3, where he runs into big Jalen Carter, who's just been – I can't tell you how good Jalen Carter has been. His play is just off the charts. For the Eagles to get a guy like Jalen Carter in the first round after going to the Super Bowl last year, it's just insane. Great job by the Eagles, getting Jalen Carter, and that defensive line is just phenomenal. Very big third down. Very big third down. It's going to be 3rd and 3. The Eagles are going to use another timeout. If I'm Kansas City, I'm almost thinking this is 4-down territory. If I'm Kansas City, I'm almost thinking this is 4-down territory because it'd be advantageous to have the Eagles all the way down there. So we're going to see what happens here. The Chiefs are going to go with 12 personnel again. Jared McKinnon's going to be lined up to the bottom of the formation. He's going to move forward here. It's going to be a quick pass to Kelce. Touchdown, Kansas City! Travis Kelce! How do you leave him alone? Kelce touchdown. Chiefs go up 13-7. Great job by Andy Reid and the coaching staff on an excellent play design. What you did is you had Jared McKinnon lined up at the bottom of the formation as a wide receiver. You motion him up the field. You bring players to go with him, and then you just have a rub route with MVS doing a great job cutting inside, getting those players lined up, and then Travis Kelce squirts outside for a touchdown. Great job by Kansas City. The kick is up, and it is good. Kansas City is going to go up 14-7. 1:45 left in the first half. Remember, the Eagles get the ball and to start the second half. So what the Eagles really want to do is they got 1:45 and a timeout. They want to get 3. That's the key. If you're the Eagles, you're not thinking touchdown this drive. You're going to take advantage of the prevent defense, and you're just going to try to make this 14-10 by halftime. Spags gets all national attention and credit for the defense without any mention of the improvement since Joe Collins come to Kansas City. Yeah, and by the way, Keys, this is kind of the way it goes. Is sometimes the head coach gets credit where the offensive or defensive coordinator deserves the credit, and then sometimes the offensive and defensive coordinators get credit when it's an assistant coach. Joe Collins done a world-class job since he's been to Kansas City. For those of you who don't know who Joe Collins is, he's the Chiefs defensive line coach. So what happened was when I can't believe I'm drawing a blank on his name. The former Jacksonville head coach, Ohio State coach. Anyway, I can't believe I'm drawing a blank on him. Anyway, when he came to Jacksonville to take over, he brought Joe Collins, who's a Wink Martindale disciple, with him to be the defensive coordinator. Urban Meyer. Okay, I'm sorry about that. So Urban Meyer brings in Joe Collins to run a multifaceted 3-4 defense, just like Wink Martindale ran in Baltimore. And honestly, Urban Meyer's an offensive guy. Remember, he drafted Trevor Lawrence, brought together an offense. So Joe Collins was just in complete charge of the defense, and he was going to run a multifaceted 3-4 defense. Well, obviously, the Urban Meyer thing didn't work out in Jacksonville. Kansas City wisely brought Joe Collins into Kansas City. And one of the things that's not been talked about a lot is that Kansas City quietly has switched from a 4-3 to a 3-4 multifaceted defense. Very similar like what Wink Martindale did in Baltimore. Wink Martindale's the defensive coordinator with the New York Giants, not having a lot of success there, even though Thibodeau has 10.5 sacks, and he's having a big game or a big season, even though the Giants are not doing very well. But that multifaceted, confusing 3-4 defense is something that the Kansas City Chiefs have quietly switched to, and Joe Collins is a big part of that. Leo Chenal is a big part of that because he really doesn't have a position. They use him all over the field, and I love Leo Chenal. The kick is off. The kick is up and out of the end zone. It's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Philadelphia Eagles at the 25-yard line. Again, 1:45 left in the first half, 1 timeout remaining. And what you're doing if you're the Eagles, you're just trying to score 3. That's all you're doing. You're just trying to get 3 here. And what you're going to do is you're going to take advantage of the prevent defense. You're going to take a few shots downfield, but this is going to, you'll watch here. You're going to see a lot of thinking dunks. Chris Jones, 2nd sack of the game. The first sack, don't get me wrong, it's credit, but Montague has a lot to say about that. The Chiefs are bringing pressure. They're going to bring a corner blitz here. And it's going to be sacked. He's going to lose the ball. And he's going to be, oh my God, what a big play here. He's going to lose the ball, but he landed on it. So a corner blitz, the Chiefs get aggressive and bring Trent McDuffie on. It's Trent McDuffie's second sack of the game here. McDuffie's having a game, folks. And they bring him in on a corner blitz, and they just don't pick it up. The offensive line doesn't pick it up here. I don't know if that's the Lane Johnson or Cam Jurgens' fault. I'm going to blame Jurgens because he's a second-year player, and Lane Johnson's been in the league since 2013. Second 19, the Chiefs or Eagles are going to go ahead and get the ball here. It's going to be a little pass out to Gainwell, and Gainwell incorrectly goes out of bounds. And I say it incorrectly because it's third down. Kansas City only has one timeout left. If the Eagles don't convert on third down, the Kansas City Chiefs have more than enough time to go downfield and to put 3 on the board. Harrison Butker is one of the NFL's best kickers, and it's 3rd and 15. So Gainwell in that situation should have stayed in bounds. He may have been told not to go out of bounds, but he's just stayed in bounds. This way you can eat some clock up. But instead, he goes out of bounds, 3rd and 15. And we're going to see what happens here. It's going to be a shotgun formation here. Gainwell's in there. They bring McDuffie on the blitz here. And I don't know if they're going to call this a sack or not by George Karlaftis, but gets him for no gain. It may be considered a sack. I'm not exactly sure, but the Chiefs bringing McDuffie on a corner blitz. And I have no idea. This is a very veteran Eagles defense. They're not handling the corner blitz at all. And George Karlaftis, a lot of you may not know, but I mean, he's just having a world-class season. He's not getting a ton of sacks, but he's getting a ton of pressures. He's doing an A-plus job, just having a phenomenal season. Phenomenal season. The Chiefs did use their final timeout. So 4th and 15 here, the Eagles are going to punt. Kadarius Toney is going to be the punt returner. Had an excellent punt return last time, so we'll see what he does here. It's going to bounce. Tony's going to get the ball to 40. He's going to cut inside to the 45 to the 50. Corkscrews his way to the 45. The Chiefs get excellent field positions. They're going to be on the Eagles' 45-yard line. 44 seconds left in the half. Harrison Butker has made a 60-yard field goal before. Right now, if the Chiefs do not move another yard, it would be a 62-yard field goal. It's cold. It's wet. So my guess would be that the Chiefs really want to make this inside 50, even though Butker's range is over 50. Due to weather conditions, what you want to do here is basically try to get at least one first down. So it's going to be at the 46, the Philly 46, shotgun formation here. It's going to be a little screen pass, and the play's blown dead. It's going to be a false start on Kansas City. And by the way, this would have been an excellent play call because the Eagles brought pressure. Jared McKinnon had room to run, but it's going to be a false start. So with 44 seconds left in the half, it's going to be 1st and 15 in Chiefs territory now. Perry, spitting facts, brother. Spitting facts. 1st and 15 for the Chiefs on the 49 in their own territory here. McKinnon's going to be to Mahomes' left here. Mahomes is going to scramble to the right, and he's just going to throw this out of bounds here. 39 seconds left in the first half. And the main thing you want to do, now that you had this penalty, is you don't want to give the Eagles the ball back. The Eagles have one timeout. Worst case scenario, you want to go up 14-7. But the plan is at this point, when you had the excellent field position, is you wanted to try for 3. Now it's 2nd and 15. The main thing you want to do is you don't want to give the Eagles the ball back with any time. 2nd and 15. Trips to the top of the formation here. Justin Watson to the bottom. Jared McKinnon's to Patrick Mahomes' left. Patrick Mahomes shotgun formation, back to pass. He's going to pump fake, throw across the middle. Justin Watson drops the ball. It would have been about a gain of 8, and that would have been enough to try a long field goal. But, this is what I was talking about. Another wide receiver needs to come up with a play, and it hits Justin Watson right in the hands, and he dropped what would have been an 8-yard gain. And now it's going to be 3rd and 15 with 34 seconds left in the half here. It's going to be trips to the top of the screen here. Rashee Rice to the bottom. Jared McKinnon's to Mahomes' left. Mahomes scrambling around. He's going to throw the ball across the middle of the field. It's going to be caught for a first down. Justin Watson makes up for it with a big third down completion of 18 yards. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes is going to spike the ball. It's going to be at the 34, and they're motioning because Williams was a little late. They're trying to say Williams was offsides. They're not going to get it, but it's going to be 2nd and 10 as Mahomes spikes the ball. 17 seconds left. Now, here's the key. The Kansas City Chiefs do not have any timeouts, and there is a flag, and Williams was offsides, and they caught him. They caught him. This is a veteran move by Mahomes. So what defensive linemen do, I apologize. I said Williams. It was actually Jalen Carter. And what they do is that you're taught this if you're a defensive lineman, is that you're trying to trick the offensive lineman by walking back. But what he did is that he hit Joe Thuney. And because he hit Joe Thuney, they're going to call it offsides. Great job by Patrick Mahomes recognizing that and getting the call here. And Jalen Carter, the rookie, was caught off guard. Now, what you're taught as you're a defensive lineman in a situation like that, you want to walk because that when you walk, you kind of give off the vibe, for lack of a better word, that lack of urgency. And it's something that you're taught on the not so much in high school, but in major college and pro level. So 1st and 5 for the Kansas City Chiefs here. Mahomes back to pass, going to throw a little slip screen to Jared McKinnon. Jared McKinnon slips the tackle, but he's tackled inbounds. It's going to go down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Patrick Mahomes is going to spike the ball, and we're going to have a field goal. Oh boy, man. Oh God. So great job by the Kansas City Chiefs there as they're going to go ahead and try a field goal. As they're showing on the graphic below, 18 straight field goals to start the season, which is a franchise record. By the way, Chiefs have a Hall of Fame kicker, so that's a big thing. It's 43 yards, but in this type of weather, nothing's a gimme here. Harrison Butker, the kick is up, and it is good. And so the Chiefs will go into halftime up 17-7. Philly will receive the kickoff in the second half. And if you're interested in doing any, I'm going to bring up DraftKings here if you're doing live in-game betting. If you're going to bet the line, right now it's 7.5 for the Chiefs. Of course, they're up by 10 right now, and the over-under is 46.5. If you have any prop bets, anything that you want me to go over or look up for you, let me know. I got DraftKings, but if you're using a different site, just put in the chat below. I'm going to get caught up on everything. I have accounts set up on pretty much every major betting site there is. The two ones I predominantly use are DraftKings and Caesars until someone wants to offer me an affiliate program. So that's kind of the goal, is to get associated on an affiliate program. Then I'm going to use that and that only. But until that happens, Caesars, because I use them a lot and I'm a platinum member, there's some perks to that. And DraftKings is something the NFL has been promoting, and I set up an account with them. I did put a little bit of action on a free bet on Pittsburgh, which did not cover. I'm mad about that, but it happens. Best offensive line in the NFL playing on a slippery field against the Chiefs' improved defense without having to play on a slippery surface isn't fair. It's funny because both offensive lines are considered really, really good, and the Chiefs defense has been able to put pressure on Jalen Hurts. And now they used a lot of exotic blitzes, which you mentioned before has a lot to do with Joe Cullen coming in over the last 2 years. And this year it really bears fruit because you can kind of see the Wink Martindale influence that Joe Cullen's brought to this defense. You're seeing different formations. You're seeing different stunts, and this started last year. Remember, George Karlaftis was moved into nose. Chris Jones has moved outside. You're seeing a lot more 3-4 looks. The corner blitzes, that's a Wink Martindale staple. We saw Trent McDuffie, a pair of sacks already. Just an A-plus job. Where the Eagles have one of the best offensive lines in football. I mean, Jason Kelce, as soon as he is eligible, is going to walk into Canton. One of the greatest centers to ever play. Lane Johnson, excellent right tackle. I'm drawing a blank on the left tackle, one of the best left tackles in football. Philly has an excellent offensive line, but the Chiefs have been able to get pressure where the Eagles have really struggled so far. Not an Eagles fan. Hey, you don't have to be, Jason. You don't have to be. I apologize. I did not mean to say that, because just because you said the Eagles were going to win doesn't mean you're an Eagles fan. Doesn't mean that. Oh my God, it's my brother from another mother. Chad, what is up? Now we're seeing the Eagles special teams play on the same similar field what the Eagles players get to play. Oh, man. Mahomes is sick, making people look like fools. This was, in my opinion, the number one thing that the Eagles have to do is prevent Mahomes from scrambling. Number one thing they had to do is prevent Mahomes from scrambling. They haven't been able to do that so far. I have the same two things. Actually, I have them in different order. And what you want to do is I think you have to limit Patrick Mahomes. And then you absolutely have to limit Travis Kelce, which they've done. I mean, he has a touchdown, but I think it's two or three receptions. And they've done a good job. Pacheco stepped up, and kudos to the Kansas City Chiefs for running the ball, something I've been really pushing for the Chiefs to do. The Kansas City Chiefs defensive coordinators, right talent to work with. Well, one thing that's a lot of people haven't talked is that they've switched up defenses. And one of the things that Andy Reid's done over the years is kind of change and adapted his offense and defense. It used to be that watch Kansas City Chiefs offense under Alex Smith, and it's a lot of ball control. They would always snap the ball with under 5 seconds left, and it was by design. Even though it was a passing offense, it was not. It was a dink and dunk offense. They took advantage of Alex Smith running the ball, which is kind of funny because if you go back and you watch the Alex Smith offense, it's kind of what you're seeing here in Kansas City now. But when Patrick Mahomes took over and they had Tyreek Hill, it was a high scoring, go downfield, more of a fast paced offense. Now you're seeing they'll do some ball control, they'll do hurry up. And on the defensive side of the ball, the Chiefs always ran a 4-3 under Spags. You know, Spags is most famous, of course, for running the NASCAR type of defense. And what it was is that the Chiefs defense had some issues early on in the Chiefs tenure. They brought in Steve Spagnuolo. They won a Super Bowl. They were doing some really good stuff, but they decided to kind of implement more, 3-4 looks with bringing in Joe Cullen and just doing a fantastic job in making some pretty drastic changes on a defense that Spags did and won a couple Super Bowls with. So instead of just standing pat, they made some changes. And what a great job they've done. This Chiefs defense is one of the best defenses in the National Football League. What Keys pointed out is that Cullen's not getting enough credit and Spags is, and that's what happens. Sometimes the head coach gets a lot of credit. Sometimes the coordinators get a lot of credit. But both of them have just done an A-plus job. I think Andy Reid, Spagnuolo, and Joe Cullen's going to get mentioned as somebody who could be a coordinator down the line. We should have got a receiver at the deadline, maybe like Tyler Boyd or Gabe Davis. Instead, we did nothing. I don't agree with that. And the reason why is that the Chiefs offense is just so complex getting a guy in, it's just too much. One of the things the Chiefs have always done is bring in defensive players. I remember bringing in Melvin Gordon, and then what was it? I forgot who they bring in. They brought in Melvin Gordon. They brought in the guy from Baltimore who's going to go into Canton, Terrell Suggs, because the defense is a little easier. Chiefs run the most complex offense in the NFL. So I don't think – if anything, I think they should have brought in a running back. But instead of bringing in a running back, they didn't do anything. And I had no problem with receiver. This offense is so complicated, and it's based on – this isn't the standard NFL offense. Basically, when you line up, you have to read the defense, and there's like a couple different routes that you can run, and your quarterback in Mahomes – and your receiver has to be on the same page, because there's about 3 different routes that you can run. Now, I'm saying 3, it could be more than that. You have to read and react. It's so difficult to pick this stuff up on the fly. And I know what you're thinking. You're like, oh, hey, didn't they do that with Kadarius Toney? Yeah, they did. And he did have some success, but they kind of designed some things around him and used his ability. They used him in the backfield. They used him as a punt returner. They didn't have him on the field a lot. One of the things you're going to see, Chiefs superfan, is that the Chiefs are going to use almost every single year, somewhere between 2 and 5, they're going to draft a receiver or a tight end, somebody like Noah Gray, who's just a big receiver. And you're going to see that pretty much in the next several drafts. Almost every single year, rounds 2, 3, 4, and 5, you're going to see a wide receiver, maybe even throw in a 7th round pick. But you're going to see that probably every single year. Oh, man, a threesome, Keys. Yeah, Keys loves a threesome, and so does One Pride. It is their fantasy to have a threesome with 2 dudes, and can't ask for anything more than that. Can't ask for anything more than that. They couldn't have acquired a wide receiver who made a difference, can't pick up enough of the play. Yeah, God, I should just put that one in there. This is the first game I've seen all this double tight end motion. I noticed that they're using more and more 12 personnel. They had another tight end. I think it was Fortson or somebody else who got injured. But don't be surprised if the Chiefs use a 2nd, 3rd, 4th round pick on a tight end again. So why do teams go into the prevent defense? Basically, you're just trying to give up a big play. And the reason why you want to do that is that instead of giving up a cheap touchdown, you just give up 3. But it turned out to be that the Chiefs were aggressive. They actually brought a corner blitz. And for whatever reason, the Eagles' offensive line are really struggling reading those corner blitzes. But teams, it's funny because a lot of people says, prevent just prevents you from winning. That's really not true. When you go into prevent defense, in this situation, let's say it worked out where the Eagles read the corner blitz and they went downfield, and the score ended up being 14-10 instead of 17-7. That's still a win, But you go into prevent defense to prevent big plays. Of course, a lot of times teams go into prevent defenses and do like what the Chicago Bears did. and lose the game. So, yeah. Percy Spags wasn't even willing to have types of defensive linemen we brought in the past 2 years until 2 years ago. Well, I think Amanehu's 100% a Spags defensive end, but FAU, the Chiefs' 1st round pick, who hasn't even been playing, he's, I thought, more of an outside linebacker. I thought Karlaftis was more of an outside linebacker, but he's put on what I call the NFL 20. I think at his pro day, he was like at 270. But when I watched Karlaftis play in college, I thought he was 3-4 outside linebacker. But yeah. Spags stubbornly had a type for his edge rushers, non-bendy, slower. That's actually not really true. If you go back to his Giants days, they had a lot of guys that had a lot of bend and pure defensive ends, guys like, Strahan. Oh, God, they had a bunch of guys. But one thing about in Kansas City is that they were drafting guys that were defensive ends, but they switched the last 2 years. They drafted guys that are like outside linebackers. Dan can never believe when he draws blanks on the names when we make bets on who. I'm really bad. I'm really bad on names. I don't drink, and my wife isn't home, or I'd make it. I don't know why. I am so embarrassed about this. It's actually funny. I do something that's called Walmart Spark, and I drive, and her name's Riley, and I always call it Rala because it's Rayeigh. And finally, she's like, "You always get my name wrong," and I'm like, "I am so sorry, but you never buy me an energy drink." So she's kind of cute. She's got a thing for me, obviously. I need a cue card guy. I really do. I don't understand why I wouldn't make a fuss because Myers cheated on his wife. Well, it was he got a lap dance, and I get it. I kind of good call on going out of bounds. Yeah, he shouldn't have gone out of bounds. I am so far behind. I am so sorry, folks. No timeouts, no problem. Oh yeah. I'm not saying anything after the. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. Don't pick on Slasher. Don't pick on Slasher, man. Slasher's my boy. And by the way, One Pride, do you guys get the 1 seed if the Eagles lose? I always wonder why defensive line don't try that spike catch play. Creed's got to play smarter than that. That was an excellent job. I don't know who did that. I believe it was Jalen Carter. But yeah, don't pick on my boy Slasher. 10-point lead is nice. I need Mahomes over 250. Ooh, okay. Chief Superfan over 250. All right, I'm gonna mark this for you. No, I didn't see that. All right. 1st and 10 for the Eagles at the 25-yard line. Jalen Hurts is under center here. DeAndre Swift and Boston Scott are in the game. It's going to be hand off to Boston Scott. Nice job. I really like the Eagles doing this. They had DeAndre Swift lined up at the top of the formation as a slot moving down. And both Boston Scott and DeAndre Swift are excellent receivers. Both of them, when they get the ball in their hands, are very explosive players. So, just listen to you call the game. And my Eagles have the same. Same offensive line. I get exactly why. DeAndre Swift on the right here, tackled for a loss. Mike Hanna, I believe, is going to be a free agent, and he's an undersized guy, a 5th-round draft pick out of Michigan. Has been a spot pass rusher, just having a fantastic year, and forced DeAndre Swift for a loss of 3. Stats are restricted, not restricted. I didn't know that. Carlos Dunlap, Suggs. I think Colin's going to leave this year. 3rd and 7 for Philly here. Trips at the bottom of the formation here. I believe that is oh crap. I'm sorry. Another name freeze here. Sack by Kansas City. I was trying to think of the guy's name. Long time Atlanta Falcons wide receiver, soon to be into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Gooch, where did he play college at? Drawing a blank where he played college at. And I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. But so it was a design run, so it's probably not going to count as a sack, but it could very easily. But a quick 3 and out by the Eagles, very frustrating here. And why can't I remember that guy's name? Eagles are going to punt here. Kadarius Toney's going to go way back. What a great punt. He's going to pick it back at the 10. Tony's going to break a few tackles, but he got drilled at the 20. And why am I drawing a blank on that guy's name? I am so embarrassed about this. Julio Jones. Julio Jones to the top, trips at the bottom. And I don't know if they're going to call this a sack or not, but if they do, it'll be Jones' 3rd. And what a great season he's having. By the way, Chief Superfan, absolutely not ruling Philly out. Absolutely not ruling Philly out. They have a great defense, a lot of playmakers on offense. Down by 10 is not that big. Jerry Hughes, a player I've always loved. I would love it. Yeah, threesome with two other dudes isn't my fantasy. When he says isn't, it's a misprint. It is. Yeah, I'm not talking about the 12 personnel. I'm talking specifically about all the simultaneous double tight end motions they've done in the screen so far. So, yeah, they're doing a lot. And it's kind of funny because the Chiefs have been very creative offensively and defensively this season. You've seen some new wrinkles, and it's been really nice. It is. Chiefs have the second worst second half offense in the NFL, 5 point. Oh, yeah, Gooch. It's 100% a game. 100% a game. Spags in Kansas City is absolutely stubbornly had that tight, not talking about the – oh, yeah, fair. Says something about defense and Gooch, given an 18-0 win, scoring first since the beginning of last season. Your DC was yeah. Both times Brady lost to the Giants, Spags was the defensive coordinator, had that NASCAR type of defense. And, one of the things that they did is they brought in another name freeze. Rex Ryan disciple when Andy Reid first got here, Bob Sutton. They brought Bob Sutton, who ran a Rex Ryan type of defense. And the first couple of years, it was really, really good. But it was kind of funny. What they did is they focused on corners. And one of the corners, Brandon Flowers, even though he was perfect for this defense as an outside corner, Sutton wanted bigger physical corners where Flowers is only 5'9", but he played perfectly on the outside and wanted to move him inside. They ended up having to get rid of him. They brought in Sean Smith, excellent free agent acquisition after 3 years. So he got a lot of money from the Raiders, had some offseason issues, out of the NFL quickly after, I believe, his second or third DUI. Had a DUI here and then had DUI in Vegas. Sean Smith was excellent with the Chiefs. They tried drafting corners, didn't really work out. I'm going to get back to this here. I'm sorry I'm behind on everything here. Patrick Mahomes, shotgun formation. Isaiah Pacheco to his right, trips at the bottom of the screen. Pacheco's going to run to the right here, and he's going to power forward. What a nice run here. I thought he was going to go out of bounds. Stays inbounds for a gain of 15. What a great run. Isaiah Pacheco is having a night, folks. Keys, we should simulcast with Dan so when he falls behind an I am so sorry, guys. Yep. Oh my God, I got Aaron. I got all three of the Back Talk brothers in here, and they're having a great show tomorrow night after my show. So tune in to watch me tomorrow, then tune over and watch them with chicks. Little pitch out to Pacheco around the right side here. There's a flag on the play. Usually when you see a flag 5 yards behind the offensive line, that's usually indicative of holding here. So I have a feeling this is going to come back. I don't have to remember about remembering anyone's name on that one. I told you the best team. Oh, man. Just looked up and see the D closing in on Hurts. Yeah, just a fantastic job by the Chiefs defense. Chiefs defense playing lights out. Holding call, so it's going to be 1st and 20 for the Chiefs here as we are going inside 12 minutes in the second half. Chiefs are up 17-7 here. CEH has entered the game. He's going to take a handoff right up the middle here. Nice run by CEH, fighting for some yardage here. He's going to be stopped after a nice gain of 8. CEH giving Isaiah Pacheco a breather and fighting forward for a gain of 8 yards. So it's going to be 2nd and 12 here. Nice job by CEH in spot duty, doing a really good job. And one of the things here is that CEH being the 1st round pick and Isaiah Pacheco being the 7th round pick, you're kind of getting the flip in production, but this is what the Chiefs wanted to do. Chiefs have rushed for 144 yards in this game so far. Excellent number by the Kansas City Chiefs here. It's going to be 2nd and 12 here as Kelsey's going to motion to get trips on the bottom here. They're going to fake the slip screen. Patrick Mahomes wants to go deep. He's going to scramble and slide for a gain of 8, maybe 9. So it's going to be 3rd and manageable. What it is that this play was a design slip screen to Kadarius Toney. And what they're doing is that once that was blown up, is that the second route was Justin Watson on a deep crossing route. When that was covered, Mahomes ran the ball. So Great job by Mahomes just recognizing option one, option two, running the ball. Now it's third and very manageable 3 here. Rashid Rice motioning to the bottom of the screen here. It's 12 personnel here. So it's Rashid Rice and 2 tight ends at the bottom here. Mahomes is going to take the snap. He's going to scramble around, and he's going to get rid of the ball late and overthrows Kelsey by a hair. Kelsey was open for a first down. Great job by the Eagles defense putting pressure on Mahomes. Great job by the Eagles forcing a punt here. Well, it's 4th and 3. You never know. But and by the way, Mahomes just overthrew Kelsey by a little bit here, and this was a great job. Fletcher Cox almost had him, and about the throw was off by maybe 2 inches, As a great job by Kelsey, just moving around, just couldn't. You can say the throw was high, or you can say Kelsey just couldn't get enough elevation. Either or. And this is not a good punt. Looks like the Eagles are going to get the ball. Pretty good field position. Looks like around the 30. Not a good night punting by Tommy Townsend. So you got to hold back in your comments by the time you read this to AWOL. Eagles are overrated. I don't know, man. I think the Eagles are I think they're the best team in the NFC right now. Dallas is really good, and of course your Lions are really good. 49ers, I think, when healthy, they're probably the best team in the NFL, but you can't count on them being healthy. They were healthy last week, so but I don't agree with that. They aren't overrated. They're still finding their identity. I had to know it was coming at some point. Very true. 2 new coordinators half season into it. Hurts has had an injury, no Goddard, and they're still 8-1. Yeah, I mean, one thing about the Eagles is that my midseason awards, I said Sirianni was Coach of the Year, and the reason why is he loses both his offensive and defensive coordinator. But it's not that you lose the coordinators, it's that you lose your position coaches as well. Jonathan Gannon, he was their defensive coordinator. He went to Arizona. He took some position coaches with him. I'm drawing a blank on the offensive coordinator. I think he took 1 or 2 of the position coaches as well. So a lot of times it's not the coordinator, but that you lose. I believe it was the quarterback coach. I think the linebacker coach from the Eagles is now the defensive coordinator in Arizona, and that's a big thing. I don't understand why Hurts is not running. I believe part of it's play design, and part of it is a big deal is that the Kansas City Chiefs defense are really faking this. I'm sorry, I don't know why I said faking. The Kansas City Chiefs defense is really doing a good job preventing this. Really good job. Really good job. The Chiefs quietly, even though without Nick Bolton, has some really fast linebackers. And with the corner blitzes and the defensive formations, I think it's really caused some problems for the Philadelphia Eagles. The one thing I thought that was really key is that the Eagles' offensive line has to beat the Chiefs' defensive line. They're not doing that. So I wouldn't blame Hurts. I would say, and by the way, the Eagles' offensive line is one of the best in all of football. I would say top five. And Kansas City's just done a fantastic job beating them so far. 5, they're going to call that one a sack. So he's been sacked 5 times here. 1st and 10 for the Philadelphia Eagles. By the way, this is not bad field position. Better than I thought as a Chiefs fan. The 25-yard line here. They're going to have 4 wide receivers to the bottom, and I believe that's Julio Jones to the top. Actually, it's A.J. Brown. They're going to isolate A.J. Brown one-on-one, and he does catch the ball, but he's out of bounds. And he's one-on-one with L'Jarius Sneed. What a great job by L'Jarius Sneed. He's having a night, folks. Yeah, it's a lot of times it's not the coordinators, it's position coaches like, for example, Joe Colin right there. A lot of times it's those position coaches that's really hard to overcome. A lot of these guys have really good relationships. If you remember, Eric Bieniemy was one of the first hires by Andy Reid. He was the longtime running backs coach, and Jamal Charles had those great seasons while Eric Bieniemy was the running backs coach. Very, very key component in that offense. Jalen Hurts back to pass here, a little screen, nice play design by the Eagles to get Swift into open field. He had a nice spin move. I think he eluded Justin Reed there. Got a gain of 8 here. It's going to be 3rd and short here. Was it Justin Reed or Willie Gay? And a nice job here as the Eagles were anticipating the blitz and then went the screen. They're going to call it 3rd and 1 here. And Jalen Hurts shotgun formation. He's going to hand it off to Swift, who's hit behind the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose 2. This was a terrible play design, folks. This was an awful play design. It's 3rd and 1. What are the Eagles known for? To tush push. That's what I know they usually do it on 4th down. They should have done it here because this was a key 3rd down. And instead of going and getting the 1st down, they lose 2. And this was just a bad play design. Montague just blew this up here as they put a tight end responsible for blocking him. Terrible, terrible play design by the Eagles offense. So if it was 4th and short, I could see them going for it. 4th and 4, they're going to punt the ball. Kadarius Toney back to return. He's had some good punt returns. He's going to get it at the 25. He's going to make a move, up the field here. He's going to get hit, slips the tackle, but goes down after a gain of 4. So it's going to be a 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line once play resumes. Kansas City Chiefs 17, Philadelphia Eagles 7. Losing Pew actually helps. Desi's a guy who's going to be when everything's said and done, he's probably going to be the first Indian head coach. And it could happen very, very soon. Chiefs could have scored and made it. Oh, absolutely. What I'm hoping is that the Chiefs can score on this drive, even a field goal, and really force Jalen Hurts to throw the ball. And that's really important. I really think that when you make the Eagles a pass-first team, that's where I think they're most vulnerable, even though I still have A.J. Brown as having a fantastic year. Chiefs have done a phenomenal job keeping A.J. Brown. They're bracketing him. They're really taking him out of the game. And what a fantastic job. L'Jarius Sneed is going to make a lot of money off tonight's game. Shane Steichen, that's the other coach. Really, really good coach, too. AKA Baby. Philly is a good team. I think they may have the Super Bowl ring hangover, not just gel. Dude, they're 8-1. I think our defensive line is improved over the Super Bowl. Oh, God, I don't know what to say here. Oh, God, I don't know what to say. Oh, God, I don't know what to say. I don't mind being inappropriate with Keys and One Pride. I do not want to be inappropriate with Mrs. Keys. Hello, Mrs. Keys. Thanks for joining the show. She's hold on. Oh, wow. All right. So any threesome Stevie is involved includes me. Oh, God, this is a comment of the day. Have fun, everyone. I'm back at the mother-in-law's. You too, Aaron. See you tomorrow. By the way, Keys has agreed to come on my show, standard time, 7 p.m. Central Standard. He's going to come on. One Pride's going to be there. But at 8:45, Keys has stepped out because he's having a phenomenal show with some ladies on. And I actually got a text. And he's like, hey, if you want to, I can try to, I can ask and see if we can push this back. I'm like, no, you do your show. Key's been very big in helping my channel out. I can't thank this guy enough. Back to the game here. Patrick Mahomes shotgun formation. It's going to be a handoff to Pacheco. He stopped behind the line of scrimmage, and he's going to lose 1 here as the Eagles are ready for it. The Eagles are ready for the Chiefs to run the ball. And I like what the Kansas City Chiefs are doing by running the ball. So L'Jarius Sneed can do it all. He can play zone. He's playing a lot of man tonight. He can play inside. He can play outside. He is going to make a lot of money. He is going to make a lot of money this offseason. He is going to make over $20 million a year. unfortunately, probably not in Kansas City. Eagles bring a blitz here. They go ahead and drop it off to Kelsey. Kelsey is going to get a gain of 8, so it's going to be 3rd and short here. Nice job by this is not a huge play, all right? But here's what happened. The Eagles brought the blitz. Patrick Mahomes realized that him and Kelsey. Now Kelsey's leaving. He looks a little banged up here, but what happened is that they read the blitz and then just a little quick throw and catch. And then Kelsey spun away from Byard, who was on coverage there. So instead of being stopped for a gain of 5, it's a gain of 8. So it's 3rd and very, very manageable here. Kadarius Toney's going to be in the backfield. Jared McKinnon, and they're going to blow this play dead. It's going to be false start on Kansas City. I say both. He's a good presser and has the speed to stick in man-to-man, but he's also has that college experience at safety to help him be. Yeah, he's a guy who's going to make a lot of money. I'm not saying this because I'm going to be honest. I remember when the Chiefs drafted him, I was not happy, even though it was a 4th-round pick. And he's proved me wrong. He's one of the best corners, and because he's so multidimensional, he's going to be so valuable in free agency. 3rd and 7 here, and Patrick Mahomes shotgun formation. He's going to take a shot downfield. He's got Justin Watson, overthrows Watson. Watson got behind Bradbury, but they couldn't get it to work, so it's a quick 3 and out here. It's 7:11 left in the 3rd quarter, so plenty of time. The Chiefs are only up 17-7. Both defenses, even though the Chiefs have put up 17, both defenses are playing well. And this was just the throw. To be honest, here the throw was off because the throw's on Watson easily as a big gain. Tommy Townsend's had a rough night punting here. We'll see what he does here. This is a good one. A high, deep punt here, going to be returned at the 14, up to the 20 to the 25. It's good. Punt return is going to cut inside to the 20, 35, 30, squirts all the way to the 40. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know the punt returner's name. I should know it. Brenton Covey. So nice punt return makes this very manageable here as the Eagles get excellent field position on their own 40-yard line. When play resumes here, Eagles are down by 10, but we still got plenty of time left here at 6:58 left in the 3rd quarter, down by 10 as we go to commercial break. Head coach is only good as his coaching staff and players develop. You're 100% development. You're 100% correct. I don't even see that in my chat. I actually started. I'm floored by this. I don't know how to respond. I think that comment filter ate that one. Let's keep this PG-13. I try to, but you know what? Here's the drill. Anything goes as long as you don't insult people in the chat. You can make fun of me, but if you're brand new and you come out and start attacking me, I reserve the right to go ahead and block you. I had to do that to a couple Lions fans first game of the season. I don't like doing that because lots of love from some really great Lions fans, but I did have to block a couple of them, which I didn't like to do. Even though I say anything goes, if you start insulting other people in the chat, I don't like that at all. But you can insult me a little bit. But I mean, if you're somebody I don't know, I'm not as prepared as some of the regulars here. Keys can throw some insults my way, and I kind of take it. And I don't mind. Of course, Keys is phenomenal, and his wife just had the comment of the day. Yeah, and the naive fanboy in me wants to see Snead love playing in this defense, but he's going Jerry Maguire in free agency. You're right. I mean, you have to realize as a 4th-round draft pick, he's making pennies by NFL standard. I mean, by a normal everyday standard, he's making decent money, but by NFL standards, he's making almost nothing. And you have to understand that it's really because he can do so many different things, it's just going to be so valuable. I can see a team like New England, for example, plays a multifaceted defense, really want him. I could see a team we talked about Wink Martindale influence a team like the Giants who's playing a couple rookie corners. Because here's the deal. You can take a guy like Snead. You can play him inside, outside. The inside outside zone man is just invaluable here. As we get back to the game here, it's going to be 1st and 10 here. Jalen Hurts in shotgun formation. DeAndre Swift to his left here. Jalen Hurts just throws this one into the ground. I don't know if it was deflected or just a knuckleball, but it looked like a real ugly throw. They're trying to get the ball to Devontae Smith, who doesn't have a catch in the second half. Great job by the Kansas City Chiefs secondary taking these two receivers out. Dallas Goedert's a big part of this offense. He's not playing tonight. And that's really key. That's really key. And the backup tight end is out. So what they're doing is they're using Julio Jones a little more, and they're going with 4 wideouts here as Julio Jones was just acquired not too long ago. He will be in Canton very, very soon. Jalen Hurts, he's going to fake the pass here. He's going to throw the ball to Devontae Smith for his first catch in the second half, and he's going to be just short of a first down, a gain of 9, so it's going to be 3rd and 1. Last time it was 3rd and 1, the Eagles ran a bad play and lost yardage, which forced a punt. We'll see what they do here, but this is a nice job by Jalen Hurts. And I think this is really what the Chiefs want to do, is force Jalen Hurts to pick the secondary apart and win these battles. This is what they should have done. They're doing the tush push, and Jalen Hurts going to power forward for a first down here. And this is what they should have done last time. So the Eagles are listening to me and taking my advice. Not a good thing because I'm a Chiefs fan, but the Eagles do get the first down as we go under 6 minutes in the third quarter here. And great job by Jalen Hurts getting the first down. Enjoy it. And by the way, if you're an Eagles fan, enjoy the tush push while it lasts, because I don't think that this is going to be legal after this year. I think the NFL Competition Committee is going to veto this. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 50. It's going to be an end around jet sweep action with DeAndre. So he's going to break free in the second. He's to the 30. He's to the 25, being chased down by Trent McDuffie after a gain of 35. DeAndre Swift has to have a big game for the Eagles to win. A gain of 35. Great job by the Eagles. They used him as a wide receiver. They've been doing this. Motion him in the jet sweep from the top of the formation to the bottom. Gets the handoff in some open field. Jake Troll, who's the backup tight end, he's back in there. He had a nice block. And DeAndre Swift, just what a great run. Great job by DeAndre Swift. 1st and 10 inside the red zone at the Chiefs' 15-yard line. 4 wide, well, actually, Troll, he's the tight end. He's lined up as the slot to the top of the formation here. Boston Scott's going to go ahead and replace him. Chiefs bring a blitz, 1-on-1. A.J. Brown against L'Jarius Sneed, and the pass is incomplete. I mentioned earlier that they're bracketing A.J. Brown. Well, instead, it was just 1-on-1 coverage in this one. Jalen Hurts read that, and they just took a shot in the end zone. I think that I think the reason why you do this is that partly because of how big and physical A.J. Brown is that you're making a throw like this because you're also half hoping for a penalty. So 2nd and 10 here is a no flag. A.J. Brown, 1 catch, 8 yards. What a great job by L'Jarius Sneed. A.J. Brown, they're in motion to the bottom of the formation here. It's going to be a fake handoff here. They're a little nice play design here as they get a nice 5-yard completion to Devontae Smith. What they did is they had Devontae Smith lined up as a running back. I believe it was with DeAndre Swift, and they motion A.J. Brown behind everybody to Olivia. They motion him in the bottom that way to shift the coverage, and then they just put DeAndre Swift out in the flat. In my mind, that sounded good. I just hearing me say that out loud, it sounded very confusing, but excellent play design here. 3rd and 5 at the 10-yard line. Huge possession here. Empty formation here as they got trips at the bottom of the formation here. Trolls to the top, or as a slot wide receiver. Jalen Hurts right up the middle for a touchdown. Excellent play design. Excellent run. Jalen Hurts scores a touchdown. So with 4:05 left in the third quarter, Eagles make this a 1-score game as they make it 13-17 as we await the extra point. No, he hasn't. And it's part of it is Justin Watson is the guy that they really want deep. He really doesn't have that deep speed. It also could be with the weather conditions being the way it is. But no. The extra point's up and good. So we got 17-14. Absolutely. Absolutely. Snead can play in any defense. He can play inside and in a slot. He can play zone. He can play man. Yeah. Dan TVPG, drug use, sexual. When if I insult myself, was that my Hannah baby? Okay, quit slobbing around my nuts. The refs are missing a lot of calls, easy penalties. The refs need to call those fair. I don't care if they do or don't call certain types of penalties, as long as they call each kind with the same type of fairness. I think overall it's being called pretty good tonight. Chiefs defense did not listen to what I said. So maddening that defensive coordinators haven't figured out the play yet. And he's talking about the tush push. And on my last show, Keith brought in some advice that he heard on how to prevent the tush push, because it's not, a lot of people want to prevent it right up the middle. That tush push looks like it was run right up the middle, but usually what the tush push does is that it's really actually run in the gap behind the guard, who's a 370 pounder. And usually they run right behind it. A lot of people think like you just power on Kelsey. That's not really true at all. It's really run to Kelsey's, usually to his right. So it is still raining. Yes. Brett Coleman completely identified what teams aren't doing right as Kinsey lined up as an angle, just like he said, you can't do attack to B gap at Dickerson City Square with the line of scrimmage to maintain leverage. And by the way, that's exactly right. I think that one, though, I think he just ran right up Kelsey's butt, but I'm not 100% sure. Also, is that McDuffie laying out Swift on that big run? I think it was. I called. Yeah, I know. It pisses me off when I'm coming as an absolute moron, but they don't. I'm tired of this offense. Had so many fucking. Yeah, the deep throw. That seriously, they make that at least get you in field goal range. Yeah. Without Kelsey, they need another guy to step up. It's been Pacheco, but I think what the Eagles have done is they said, okay, we're going to stop the run. Byard's going to be a little one-on-one against Kelsey, and we're going to take away these other receivers. And no other receivers really come and made a play. I mean, to be honest with you, Watson did the right thing. I mean, he beat coverage. He was open, and throw just wasn't there. But one of these receivers has to make a play. Bottom line, Kelsey, they're going to put Byard on Kelsey. This is a big reason why they got him. Pacheco's had an excellent night so far. So we're going to have to see what happens here. 4:05 left in the game. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs at the 25-yard line. Pacheco's to Patrick Mahomes' right. It's going to be a play-action passer and dump it off the flat to Rashee Rice. Rashee Rice is going to go right up the sideline for a first down. I believe it's Rashee Rice's second catch of the game, and it's going to be for a gain of 15. And Rashee Rice is a guy I'd really like to see them get involved a lot more. A second-round pick out of SMU. My favorite draft pick is I really like this kid. And what happened is he just ran a whip route, and for some reason or another, they had a linebacker on Rashee Rice, and that's a mismatch all day. So it was a nice gain of 17. It's going to be a handoff to Pacheco around the right side. He's going to cut back inside here, drags Bradbury for another couple yards. So it looks like a gain of 6, but there's a flag on the play. And Travis Kelce's doing a little trash talking, and it looks like it's a hold on Travis Kelce here. Kelsey's obviously not very happy about it. He's jawing a little bit with some of the Eagles players. And they're going to show the replay here. And I've seen worse not called. I've seen worse not called, but you know, when you spin down Hassan Reddick, you know, anyway. 1st and 10 for the Chiefs, 3:10 left here. Patrick Mahomes shotgun formation. He throws a quick out to Rashid Rice, makes a diving catch for a gain of 6. So it's going to be a 2nd and 14 here as we go under 3 minutes in the third quarter here. Chiefs are up 17-14. I get it. Every time Dan talks about Dickerson, I think I started off with 340 and I'm at 370 now. 150 yards rush. Yeah. I know Philly has a good defense. It's just defense can't do all the work. It used to be just the opposite. I understand. 2nd and 14 here. Patrick Mahomes back to pass shotgun formation, one-on-one coverage with MVS, and all their Chiefs are going to get a call here. What it was is that Darius Slay, phenomenal coverage, as MVS just threw his hands up and got a flag here. I don't know if they're going to show this or not, but there was a ticky-tack call earlier, and I'm not sure. I want to see the replay here because Darius Slay is very angry here as they're going to call pass interference on this here. So there's the grab, and that's usually holding. And I'm going to be honest, man. I don't know. I think it's kind of questionable there, to be perfectly honest. But the Chiefs get the benefit here. 1st and 10 on the Eagles 46. A handoff to Pacheco. Pacheco gets stopped. Corkscrews his way to the 44-yard line for a gain of 2. Man, it's a rough game here. But Isaiah Pacheco, 15 carries, 83 yards. Is there some pushing and shoving afterwards here? Travis Kelce getting involved verbally. I think he's a little frustrated here. So it's going to be 2nd and 8 as we are going inside of 2 minutes in the third quarter. As an old school guy, I love the fact that Chiefs are running the ball. Love the fact that the Chiefs are running the ball here. Hassan Reddick is not happy, and him and Travis Kelce are jawing back and forth here. Trips to the bottom of the formation here is Patrick Mahomes. He's going to take a shot downfield as he goes deep, and I'm not sure what MVS was doing. I think there's some confusion as he was covered by Blankenship. But bottom line, I think this is a mistake by MVS, and you can see if you're not watching the game, Patrick Mahomes goes like this. And bottom line, if MVS – for some reason, MVS stops his route. He's running it looks like a go, and MVS, for whatever reason, just spins around. And if he keeps going forward, this is a touchdown. MVS, I have no idea what MVS is thinking right there. Keys calls it. 3rd and 8 here. Patrick Mahomes back to pass here, and he's scrambling around. He goes across the middle of the field. Kadarius Toney. And they're incomplete. There's a flag on the play here, and this looked like it should have been a catch. And Patrick Mahomes is very angry. There's a flag in the secondary. Normally, this will be a defensive holding call, as it's legal hands. They're not saying it's Darius Slay. 2 penalties on this drive for Darius Slay, and actually, okay. So they said Slay on the screen here, but they're talking about the rookie Eli Ricks, who's playing really, really good here. And they're going to call they called illegal contact, but it was holding, and that's going to be called quite often, especially when you do it right in front of the refs there. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs. Right, 1st and 10 on the Kansas City Chiefs and the Eagles 39-yard line here. It's going to be 12 personnel here. Isaiah Pacheco is going to move out to the flat. He's going to be down. The ball is tipped as it looks like they're trying to go to Sky Moore there. So it's going to be a 2nd and 10 here. Travis needs to use the slip. He did, but I've seen sometimes they let him fight. Sometimes they don't. I don't know. I've seen worse than that. Everything I've heard is when you get 2 hands on the shove, it's a flag 100% of the time. Sometimes they let them fight. Sometimes they don't. You're 100% right there. Chiefs are bad in the second half to be scoring as much as we can every quarter, not 2. Just not a lot of chemistry. That was not a good play by Ricks, who's been playing really well, undrafted free agent. Little quick screen to McCole Hardman. He's going to cut back inside here, and he's going to spin forward here. Nice job by McCole Hardman. Looks like he was stopped originally for a gain of 4, kept on fighting for some extra yards, so it's going to be 3rd and short. A lot of times this stuff doesn't really come up on the stat line, and you don't see this in the play in the bottom line, but there's a huge difference between 3rd and 6 and 3rd and 3. Very nice play by McCole Hardman there. Acquired in a midseason swap of picks from the New York Jets. So a nice job by the Chiefs picking up McCole Hardman. They didn't really give up a draft pick. They just flip-flopped 6 and 7. No problem with that. Little handoff to McKinnon. He's going to get a first down here. Nice gain of about 7. And a nice job by the Kansas City Chiefs offense. They spread the field out. Little draw to McKinnon for a gain of 7. Nice job, as they have to run one more play before the end of the 3rd quarter here. And what they were is that they were basically this was a real nice job by the Chiefs offensive line, just pushing Fletcher Cox away. So, by the way, you should be happy overall. So it's going to be 1st and 10 here. The Chiefs are going to line up trips to the top of the screen with 2 tight ends. They're going to run the ball with Pacheco, as he's going to be spun down, maybe for a loss of 1 here, as it's Jordan Davis, the other defensive tackle drafted out of Georgia, a massive 345-pounder. I'm going to keep increasing that weight as well. So we're going to end after 3. It's going to be Chiefs 17, Eagles 14. The Chiefs are in field goal range, but they really want to get a touchdown here. Late hits against Mahomes are rarely called, Chad. What about that late hit to Mahomes? Yeah, normally you see the superstar quarterbacks get a little more love. I haven't really seen it as much as I've seen it with others in the past, but that might just be the homer on me. Yeah, I've seen him fight one-handed. I've seen it go both ways, Keys. I'll be honest with you. There's been some calls in this game that have gone. It's a little ticky-tacky. Some gone for the Chiefs, some called for the Eagles. That particular play, I don't know. I'm just saying I don't know. My buddy Tim, there's so many things I want to say here to you, Tim, but I'm not going to reveal your personal life on my live stream. But so many questions. Any concern about Mahomes is not for me personally. It's something that you're going to see addressed. In the draft, you're going to see this probably for the next couple of years. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th round, they're just going to always draft receivers and tight ends. Rashid Rice, I think, is going to develop. I'm very disappointed in Sky Moore not developing, but sometimes these guys just take longer than just 1 or 2 years. But it's just going to take some time. I'm not too concerned about it, but yeah, it's something I've noticed. Yeah, yes, Sauce uses 2 hands a lot. I've seen this go on and not been called. So Sauce had that huge penalty. I don't remember that off the top of my head. Was that the other night or a couple nights ago? Fresh in my memory anyway. He rarely gets called for one. It must have been really bad. Sauce gets away with hold. Devontae Smith gets away with push-offs for the first couple of seasons. Why didn't we keep there was a lot of talk that he's got a bad knee. I remember Gooch was adamant that it's just the knee. I really wanted him here in Kansas City. It was partly because the Patriots gave him $30 million. I'll get back to that more. It's going to be a second and 10. Patrick Mahomes back to pass here. It's going to catch Kelsey across the middle of the field for a gain of 6 here. And 3rd and a short 4 here. Kelsey's doing a lot of talking, and we're seeing 93. That's Williams. He's having a really good game, folks. I loved Juju Smith-Schuster here in Kansas City, and I wanted him to stay. Part of it was the Patriots gave him a lot of money. a lot of it was that he missed several games due to a knee injury, and it's something that's going to be a chronic issue for Juju. Now he's a young dude, but he's had some problems with his knee. Remember, he tore up his knee and missed a year in Pittsburgh. Played 1 year here in Kansas City, missed about, I think it was 4 games due to injury, but Patriots gave him a 3-year. I think it was over $30 million. Kansas City decided that, they had Sky Moore. Remember, we traded for Kadarius Toney. We really thought that these guys were going to just keep progressing, and both these guys just haven't done as much as that we thought, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, I should just highlight keys. Smith perfected the push off. He's so light that doesn't affect the DB, so the rest affect nothing. Go back to the 90s. Remember Michael Irvin? Michael Irvin was awesome at using his hands, and it was somebody told me he had like it was like triple X hands, and like if you ever watch Michael Irvin some clips, an NFL football looks like a kid's Nerf ball in his hands, and he was just really, really good at grabbing defensive backs, pushing off. In the 90s, they rarely called it. In today's game, he would get called for it a lot more. Devontae Smith, really, it's because he's listed. I think at Alabama he's listed at 175. I think he was closer to like 150 or something. But he does a good job. I mean, he's a 6'1" guy who, despite the slight frame's a lot stronger than people think. He's a guy that I really, really like. And I think that he was a 2nd round pick, if I remember right. He's somebody that if I'm the Eagles, I would kind of overpay, even though you gave A.J. Brown all that money. Oh, absolutely, I did. Did you see the Quentin Johnson drop? Dan, it was really bad, and he's just been disappointing all season. I think Well, okay, so here's the drill. We talked about Rashee Rice. The head coach for TCU left the SMU job, and what they do is they run that kind of run and shoot. It's not really made for NFL type. There's a transition. But the bottom line, I remember that when they drafted Quentin Johnson, I was convinced they were going to take Brian Branch. Back to the game here. It's going to be 3rd and a short 6, long 5 here. Patrick Mahomes in shotgun formation here. 2 receivers to the top, 2 receivers to the bottom. Jared McKinnon, that's Kadarius Toney in the backfield. He makes the catch here. It's going to be 4th and about 1, so a big decision time here for the Kansas City Chiefs here. And I think Andy Reid's just going to go for it. And I agree with this. I don't want to kick a field goal here, even though Butker's more than capable of making this field goal here. I think since it's 4th and 1, you got to convert this. They're going to line up Toney as the fullback, Pacheco as the tailback. Pacheco's going to go in a 3-point stance or move Toney around. It's going to be right up the middle here, and Pacheco gets the first down. A lot of window dressing for an old school dive. Really nice creative play call. Of course, if it didn't work, I would say he got too cute. But this was nice because this was just a dive right up the middle. I've been begging for the Chiefs to just do this on 1st and short. But what they did is a lot of window dressing just for a short run. And a great job, by the way, key block by Trey Smith. Trey Smith, the massive guard, 6th round pick out of Tennessee, who's going to also make a lot of money soon, been playing lights out football. Trips to the bottom of the formation here. They're going to mission Pacheco down to the bottom, but a nice throw to Travis Kelce. Fumble by Kelce is going to be recovered by the Eagles, and it's going to be Eagles ball here. So there's some pushing and shoving. Trey Smith's helmet gets knocked off here. I don't know if that's going to be a penalty or not here. And Kelce just fighting for extra yards, and the ball pops out of Kelce's hand. Key turnover by the Philadelphia Eagles. Great job by the Eagles defensive backs here forcing the fumble. It was number 33. I should know who that is, but off the top of my head, I'm drawing a blank. It's not Sidney Brown. Who is number 33 here? Trying to look here. I'm drawing a blank. I should know that. That's not Kelly Ringo, is it? No, Ringo's 22. So my apologies here because I should know who number 33 is, but I'm drawing a complete blank on that right now. I'm going to look that up real fast because I should know who 33 is for the Eagles. That's Bradley Roby, former Denver Bronco, former first-round draft pick, player who's been bouncing around the NFL for the last couple of years, 34-year-old player, spent the last couple of years in Houston. I kind of forgot that he was on the Eagles, but for those of you bringing back some painful memories, Monday Night Football 2000, I believe it was 2015 or 2016, he's the one that scored off the Jamal Charles fumble for the go-ahead win against Kansas City Chiefs when he was a Denver Broncos player. 1st and 10 for the Philadelphia Eagles on their own 10-yard line here. 13-15 left in the fourth here. Shotgun formation here. They're going to fake the handoff, and it's going to be popped up in the air. Oh, wow. Oh, man. This is almost a pick six here. What they're trying to do is that they're trying to get Devontae Smith into some open field, and the Chiefs read this perfectly as they lined Devontae Smith up in the backfield, and he was hit almost immediately. I believe that was Byron Cook. And Trent McDuffie almost got this here. I'm sorry, it was L'Jarius Sneed who gets there. And to tell you the truth, A.J. Brown, who was trying to block Sneed, didn't get it, and he wasn't even paying attention. But if he was, he might have been able to get the ball. Actually, probably prevented inadvertently an interception here. Same play here with Julio Jones. Chiefs sniff it out instantly, so it's going to be 3rd and 10. Third and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs here. Big third down if they can get after the turnover, they can force a 3 and out. That's going to be a huge win for the Chiefs. Something the Eagles really want to convert here is this third down here, as they don't want this drive to end, because if they do punt, the Chiefs are going to get the ball in excellent field position. It's going to be 3rd and 10 here. 2 wide receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Boston Scott's going to be in the backfield. Jalen Hurts is going to run the ball. He's at the 10. He's going to be tackled short of the first down. Mike Edwards, free agent acquisition from Tampa Bay, makes the tackle. It'll be 4th down, and the Eagles are going to be forced to punt. So after the big turnover, the Eagles go 3 and out. Great job by the Chiefs defense. Just a fantastic, fantastic job. And I said it was Boston Scott. That was Gainwell. I apologize. They're both smaller running backs. They're both smaller than DeAndre Swift, but I got the player wrong, so I apologize. Brandon Mann with the punt. Kadarius Toney's going to go back all the way to the 30-yard line. He's going to go backwards. He's going to make a guy miss at the 35. He's going to twist around. He's going to go up the field, but a nice tackle there by Eagles special teams, so it's a gain of 6. It's still good field position as the Chiefs are going to be on their own 36-yard line. One play resumes. 4th quarter. Chiefs 17, Eagles 14. Chiefs are going to get the ball. They were inside the 10, but Bradley Roby forced a turnover and punched the ball out of Travis Kelce's hands. But the Chiefs defense responded with a great job here. Just to touch base on this, I really thought they were going to take Brian Branch. I'm going to touch base on this here. Patrick Mahomes back, shotgun formation, trips at bottom formation, handoff to Toney. He's going to squirt forward for a gain of 1, as the Eagles here have made a really nice adjustment defensively. What they did is that the Eagles were putting they were spying Mahomes. They were double covering Kelce and allowing the run. The Chiefs went ahead and took advantage of that, been running the ball very, very well. Now the Eagles have adapted. They're putting Byard one-on-one against Kelce. And they're trying to convince, and they're stopping the run because what they're doing is they're now forcing one of these Chiefs receivers to make a play. Trips to the bottom of the formation here. Rashee Rice to the top here. Patrick Mahomes back to pass. Quick throw to Rashee Rice, and it's incomplete. And this is exactly what I was talking about. You're forcing these receivers to make plays. It wasn't a perfect throw. You got to make that catch, Rashee Rice. You got to make that catch. So instead of 3rd and 4, it's going to be 3rd and 9. 3rd and 9. And the Chiefs defense, has kept the Eagles to 151 total yards so far. What a great job by the Chiefs defense. What a great job by the Chiefs defense. But because the offense hasn't been able to capitalize, it's still a 3-point gain. 3rd and 9 here for the Kansas City Chiefs at their own 38-yard line. Trips to the bottom of the formation here. Travis Kelce to the top. Travis Kelce's going to stay in. Pass protection. Justin Watson with a big play here. 1st down, Kansas City. So what happened is Travis Kelce was actually blocking. I call it a flag route. It was basically just up and out and just dropped it in the breadbasket. Justin Watson needed to make a play. One of these receivers needed to make a play. 1st down, Kansas City Chiefs. Juju was solid. I wanted him to stay. I really did. Yeah, they did. They did. Bet you anything when Rice's contract. And I think you're going to see that from Sky Moore. I think you're going to see that with Kadarius Toney. There's going to kind of rotate receivers because right now the way it works in the NFL is that these receivers are getting a massive contract. So what you're going to do is you're going to see the Chiefs just rotate rookies and just keep doing it over and over and over again. But it wouldn't surprise me if the Chiefs pay Noah Gray and try to keep him here. This play here, by the way, they're showing the replay of that 3rd down completion. What a great job. The Eagles went ahead and blitzed, and Mahomes read that perfectly. The last play that I didn't get a chance was a little slip out to Isaiah Pacheco. 2nd and 8 here as Pacheco did an excellent job just getting the catch and getting 2. Little quick pass here. Sky Moore. He's going to spin, corkscrew his way as he tries to fight for extra yardage here, but he only gets a gain of 4. Nice job by Sky Moore fighting for extra yardage. He just didn't get it. 3rd and 4 here. This is a big 3rd down for the Kansas City Chiefs as the Eagles defense with that turnover prevented points on the board, but the Eagles offense has had no success against a really, really great Chiefs defensive unit here. We have an empty formation, trips at the bottom of the screen. Travis Kelce's going to motion to the slot at the top of the formation here. Patrick Mahomes, empty formation, a little quick throw to Justin Watson, incomplete. It's going to be 4th and 4. You're probably going to punt here. It would be a very, very long field goal. Patrick Mahomes very, very frustrated because I'm going to let's look at the replay here. So Justin Watson, right? Yeah, you got to make that right in the hands. 2nd time Watson's dropped balls right in his hands. And so what it is that if it wasn't raining, the Chiefs would try a 57-yard field goal, but due to weather conditions and the way the defense has been playing, they're going to pooch punt this, and it's going to drop, and it's going to go into the end zone. So it's going to be a touchback. So when play resumes, it's going to be a 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line here. Yeah, the Chiefs. One of these receivers has to step up. Justin Watson had a great opportunity. I know it's wet. The weather conditions are bad, but you're in the NFL. The ball hits you in the hands. You got to do it. Maybe Johnson needs some more. Yeah. Johnson just needs time. But yeah, he makes that play and he catches. Yeah, he makes that play. They at least get a field goal. Big drop. And, I didn't like the pick because you already had a good receiving core. Mike Williams has been banged up. I think it was Joshua Kelly, a 3rd-round pick out of Tennessee last year. He's been banged up, so he's been getting playing time. But, yeah, he'll need time. But he's going to be a good one. He was my number 1 wide receiver, but he's raw. 1st and 10 for the Philadelphia Eagles. Trips to the bottom of the screen here. DeAndre Swift to the Jalen Hurts' left here, and they tried to go ahead and throw a quick out to Zacharias. This was read perfectly by Trent McDuffie, who tried to pretend that it was a fumble, but it's a forward pass. But great job by Trent McDuffie recognizing that this is going to be a screen and breaking this up. By the way, what they did is that McDuffie was coming in off a corner blitz, recognized this, and made an excellent play here. Great job by the Chiefs defense calling up a corner blitz. Another corner blitz Eagles offense was not prepared for. Trips at the bottom of formation here. A.J. Brown to the top here. Hurts back to throw here. It's going to be a screen to DeAndre Swift. He's going to break free for a 21-yard gain here. Chris Jones dove at him and missed. So a nice job by the Eagles getting DeAndre Swift in the open field here. Great job for a team that's really been struggling offensively tonight. And what this is that for those of you who play Madden or NCAA, like I always did, this is what's called a Texas route, where you go out, cut back in for like a short post. Great job by the Eagles getting 20 on that one here. Another quick screen to Julio Jones. He's going to get outside and wasn't pushed out of bounds nearly enough. Julio Jones, a big guy, ended up getting a gain of 5 here. Nice job by Julio Jones and a nice little screen play. And what they're doing is they're trying to prevent these corner blitzes, and they're countering this by a lot of screen passes here. So that ended up being a gain of 5. And what they're doing is that they're just trying to get the ball out quickly and trying to get the ball into space here. Good job by the Eagles offense this drive so far. 2nd and 5 here for the Eagles as we are unders. We're getting close to the halfway point in the 4th quarter here. Jalen Hurts back to pass. He's going deep. He wants to go for somebody deep, but everybody's covered. 3rd and 5 here. And what they are doing here, and this is not a good play design, is that they're trying to take a shot deep downfield, and the Chiefs were ready for it. What they should have done on 2nd and 5 is that even though this is the time to go deep, they should have just went short and just tried to dink and dunk down the field. So a mistake and they're showing the play here, and they're showing that it looked like Devontae Smith was open deep, but I think that the TV camera didn't catch the safety over the top. So it was good job by the Chiefs defense here. 3rd and 5, Jalen Hurts back to pass here. It's going to go across the middle. Nice job, Devontae Smith. First down, Philadelphia. Nice job. Devontae Smith stepped up and made a big play here. 5 catches, 58 yards for the former Heisman Trophy winner out of some SEC school. I can't remember which. Big play on 3rd down there by Devontae Smith here as they are in enemy territory. They are on the 42-yard line here as we are under 7 minutes left in the game. Chiefs are up 17-14. Jalen Hurts back to pass here. He wants to take a shot downfield. He's going deep. It's Devontae Smith. And is this going to be a touchdown? He's going to be down at the 1. And Devontae Smith against Mike Edwards, who's a safety. Nice job here as they tried to do this earlier. And I thought they had the safety over the top. This time they go one-on-one with the safety coverage. Make the completion. It's going to be 1st and goal. So the Chiefs offense really let this great defensive performance down. Really let this form. Yeah. And they're going to do the tush push here, and it's going to be powered forward. There's a flag on the play here. They're not motioning touchdown. So this is going to be okay. They did motion touchdown. So it's going to be against the Kansas City Chiefs here. So the Eagles are going to take the lead 20-17 here. It's going to be offsides. Kansas City obviously declined. So Eagles are going to take the lead. Touchdown, Jalen Hurts. And what a great job by the Eagles. The offenses keep getting stuffed. And then the Eagles defense made some plays. The Chiefs offense couldn't make any plays. And we got the Eagles on at the lead. So I don't think they let Rice go. He's going to be a cheap I don't think he's going to be cheap, because you have to realize that and he's going to get better over the next couple of years. And there's probably going to be a team that's going to overpay. Pacheco's full blocking for Tony is the play I'm waiting for. Kansas City scored a touchdown in the Eagles in the Super Bowl. Jared McKinnon lined up as a fullback blocking. I think you just need to let Moore learn Dan build chemistry with Mahomes. Yeah, during this offseason, that's all we did was hear about Sky Moore, and Patrick Mahomes didn't do anything. Bradley Roby, former Saint, Texan. He was in Denver for a long time, but yeah. Darn you, T Swift. You know, it's funny, even though the Eagles took the lead here, the Eagles' offense has not looked the same. I could argue the defense is almost better, but yeah. Yeah, Perry shouldn't have been in Argentina. Should have been in Kansas City practicing ball security with the punch outs. This game should – no, I agree. I agree, Chiefs superfan. Yeah. My apologies to the Chiefs defense in training camp when they kept punching at the ball, even when Travis had his hands every single rep and Travis would get heated. Yeah, there was a lot of this. If you're not aware of this outside Kansas City, Travis Kelce got in several fights during training camp, and a lot of people are saying that, hey, look, you're just kind of getting a little too big, but it was just kind of a defensive thing. But yeah, Swift is over. Our offense, the Kelce turnover was big. The Justin Watson drops, MVS, for whatever reason stopped, and that should have been a touchdown. But here's the thing: great job by the Eagles. The offense been kept in check the whole time, and when it mattered most, they made plays. Give them a lot of credit. Devontae Smith came up big. A.J. Brown hasn't, and that should be a win for the Chiefs. But yeah, he shouldn't be mad. No, Chiefs superfans just nailing it. I know. Hindsight, that looks like a huge mistake. By the way, I don't think so, but I'd love to see her Key's opinion. Yeah. I do too. And by the way, Chiefs defense has played great this year. I'm not at all mad at that last touchdown. If you went into this game and said, hey, Chiefs are going to score 17, I'm saying that they're going to lose this game. Even though the Chiefs defense has played great, except for that drive, they had an excellent opportunity to do something here. No, your safety shouldn't be one-on-one. Yeah, the tush push is going to get outlawed. Keith, do you think Kansas City should let Jones talk? Okay, back to the game here. We're going old school 12 personnel. They're going to run Pacheco right up the middle, and he's going to be dragged backwards by Jalen Carter, but he still gets a gain of 3 here. Kansas City Chiefs second half points per game, 5.9, which is fewest in the NFL, including 0 tonight. Yeah. Actually, I thought it was 3, but they're going to call it a gain of 2 here. Fake handoff to Pacheco here. Mahomes wants to go deep here. He's going to fire, and MVS can't make the catch here. And what they did is they had 2 tight ends and 12 personnel at the bottom. They had 2 wide receivers trying to run a little 2-man route there. And I don't know if MVS slipped or didn't run the right route, but he was available there. He should have had looks like he should have had the catch. They're showing a replay here, and MVS on the whip route. I'm going to blame MVS. He just goes out. He makes that here. And Brandon Graham jumps off sides here, and it's going to be off sides. Big penalty here because it would have been instead of third and 8, it's going to be 3rd and 3. But the referees are coming together, and they're going to discuss this because the flag was called. Once you touch you can jump off into the neutral zone. You can jump back, but as soon as you touch a player, it's called offsides. And this is going to be called against Kansas City, and Andy Reid is looking perplexed. They're going to call this as a false start on Creed Humphrey. It looked like it was Brandon Graham who jumped off sides here. We're going to take a look at the instant replay. That's a bad call. That's a bad call. That's not a false start. I don't know what to tell you. I know I'm a Chiefs fan, but that's just not a false start. Third and 12 here with only 5:46 left in the game here. This is a very critical third down, but it's third and long here. These Chiefs receivers have not made a play, have not been making plays here. Patrick Mahomes is going to scramble around. He's going to break a tackle. He's going to try to get rid of the ball here, but it's broken up by Cunningham for an incompletion pass. Is an incomplete pass here. So with 5:39 left in the fourth quarter here, the Kansas City Chiefs are forced to punt and give the ball back to the Philadelphia Eagles here. What big turn of events here by but what a great, give the Eagles a lot of credit here. The Chiefs had so many chances to put this game away and just couldn't get it done. Couldn't get it done here. It was a bad call, but the Chiefs had more than enough opportunities to make up for it. Tommy Townsend's going to punt here, and the Chiefs defense really needs this. This is a booming punt. Kobe's going to go all the way back to the 25. He's going to go around the sideline, get a nice 20-yard return here. So 1st and 10 for the Eagles in excellent field position, 5:28 left in the game. Eagles 21, Chiefs 17. Put in the loss. We aren't scoring on how this has looked. Yeah. And what do you know? Half a quarter left and Chiefs scored 0. Yeah, the Chiefs offense had multiple opportunities. And the key was in this game is one of these other players have got to step up. They had some success running the ball earlier, and that was by design. The Eagles made some adjustments. And now it's the biggest drive of the game here. The Chiefs need a stop or a turnover. Very unusual formation here. 2 wide receivers. It's going to be a direct run to Jalen Hurts. He's going to get to the 50. He's going to slide at the 46-yard line. And this is going to be a great job because it's going to be 2nd and short. It's actually almost better that it's 2nd and short than 1st down, because in this situation, that 2nd and short, great job by Kelsey going to the outside, getting a block on Tranquil. Because it's 2nd and short, you have the opportunity to maybe do a play action pass here, but because it's 2nd and such a short distance for a 1st down, it's almost better because now the clock becomes a factor here as they're getting ready to do the tush push, and it's going to be a 1st down for the Philadelphia Eagles. And great job by the Eagles here. First, you line up your receivers as far wide as you can, and then you just run Hurts for a run of 9. And then you do the tush push for a 1st down. So we are under 4:30 left in the game as the Eagles, a touchdown will end this game. The Eagles score a touchdown. I'm going to sit here and try to pretend that the Chiefs can do something, but a touchdown will pretty much end this game. A field goal, and you never know. Field goal, and you never know. But with the clock going to around 4 minutes in this game, the Eagles could, in theory, just hold the ball and not even give the opportunity to score here. It's going to be a run to DeAndre Swift, and he's going to lose 2 yards here. Nice job by the Chiefs defense. Drew Tranquil on the stop there. I believe it was Hannah who got behind the line of scrimmage to force DeAndre Swift to cut to the inside. But great job by the Chiefs defense on that play. So it's going to be a 2nd and 12. Travis needs breakfast. During the bye week, as they're working out their craft or partying overseas. I'm going to touch base on that here. It's 2nd and 12 here as we are under 3.5 minutes left. 2nd and 12 here. Jalen Hurts back to pass. He's going to scramble. He's going to run to the outside here, and he's going to go out of bounds. It's a gain of 4, but there's a flag down. I'm not sure where this at. If it's in the secondary, it's going to be an automatic 1st down, but it's holding against the Eagles, and the Chiefs are going to go ahead, and it's a Jordan Natalia, the massive tackle here, and it's going to be a hold. Dan, it's Mike Dana. Did I call him something different? I get names wrong. And by the way, that was a great job by Natalia held Chris Jones, and that's a great job by Chris Jones forcing the holding penalty. So it's going to be 2nd and 22, 3:13 left in the game. Second and 22, 3:13 left in the game. The Eagles right now, what they really want to do is just try to eat up a little bit of clock, maybe force the Chiefs to take a timeout. Jalen Hurts is going to run and slide for a loss of 1. So it's going to be third and very, very long here. 3:08 left in the game. I believe the Chiefs call a timeout. So it's going to be their first timeout of the game here. 3:08 left in the game, third and forever. What you're the Eagles, you can do one of two things. You can take a shot downfield and hope for a penalty. The officiating's been all over the place. You could also run the ball. And if you run the ball, you do force the Kansas City Chiefs to possibly take a timeout, or you can just go ahead. If you're the Chiefs, keep your 2 timeouts and let the clock go down. Very interesting to see what the Eagles do here, because you could easily, if you're the Eagles, take a shot downfield. And look, the officiating's been kind of 50-50. Tonight, so you may be able to get a call here. If I'm the Eagles, I don't take any chances on third and forever. I just run the ball and play really good defense. You're at the 42-yard line, so you could pin the Chiefs back deep here. It trips at the top of the screen here. It's going to be a pass play. DeAndre Swift's going to get the pass here. Same play they ran earlier for a gain of 20, but Drew Tranquil reads it perfectly. It's going to be a stop of 2, and the Chiefs are going to use a timeout, I believe. It's not been announced, but since the clock stopped at 2:56, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a timeout. So the Chiefs, we're going to see if Mahomes' magic can come through here. I was saying Hannah. I meant to say, I know it's Dana. If I said Hannah, I don't know. Is Kansas City stopping Mahomes from running plays? Actually, it's been the Eagles' defense that's really gone out of their way to really prevent Mahomes from scrambling around. I think that was the biggest deal. Mahomes has been scrambling more this year than any other year. We got a punt here, and there's 1 timeout left in the game here. Kadarius Toney's going to take it and immediately tackled. A-plus special teams tackle here by Job. He has a couple special teams tackles here, so the Chiefs are going to get the ball inside the 10, 2:49 left in the game. Eagles 21, Chiefs 17. Chiefs only have 1 timeout left. And, because you only have 1 timeout, you're definitely in four down territory. Definitely in four down territory, 92 yards to go. 92 yards to go. And don't get me wrong. I mean, I was kind of hoping for a blowout, but I mean, this is kind of what you want. I'm sorry, it's at the 9, so 91 yards to go here. Patrick Mahomes shotgun formation. He's back. He's in his own end zone here. He's scrambling around here. He's motioning around. He's going to get Rashid Rice for a gain of 5. The clock continues to tick as we are going to snap the ball with under 2:30 left in the game. Chiefs have 1 timeout in the 2-minute warning here. It's going to be a 2nd and 4 here. Trips to the top of the formation here. Justin Watson to the bottom. Patrick Mahomes back to pass here. He's checking around here, and Justin Watson's going to get a gain of just 2. He does get out of bounds, so it's 2:21 left in the game here, but it's a third and 2 here. Ideally, Justin Watson would have been able to motion forward and get the first down, but he did get out of bounds and he did gain a couple yards, but ideally you get that first down. He was pushed, but being a little ticky-tacky here. 3rd and 2 here, big 3rd down here. Patrick Mahomes back to pass here. He's going to fire. He's going to catch Kelsey, and it's incomplete. Kevin Byard, I don't know if Kelsey just dropped this or if Kevin Byard punched the ball out. Kelsey easily had the first down. This is kind of a Chiefs staple, and this is just Kelsey just dropping it. Kelsey had the first down on a simple out route. Ball hit him in the hands. This is about the 5th time tonight a ball has hit the Chiefs player in the hands, and Chiefs receiver has dropped it. 4th down and 2. Patrick Mahomes back to pass, shotgun formation. He's going to throw the ball. Kelsey's going to hold on to it this time for a first down. The Chiefs are going to get to the line of scrimmage, but I sincerely doubt they're going to run a play before the 2-minute warning. It's 2:05, 2:04. Chiefs do get the ball off. Patrick Mahomes back to pass here. He's going to scramble around. He's going to throw the ball across the midfield. It's going to be caught by Kelsey for another first down. 1:56 left into the game, and there's a flag on the play here, and Patrick Mahomes is adamant he's pushing forward. Fletcher Cox is not looking happy. If this is a roughing the passer call, this is going to be a big one, and it is. This is a huge penalty because this will put the ball at around midfield here. 1:56 left in the game. This roughing the passer call is one of the biggest calls of the game. Fletcher Cox is not happy about it. They're not showing the replay yet, so I can't see what happened here. They're going to show it, and So what? Okay, I'm going to tell you something, and it's going to piss some Chiefs fans off. There's probably about 10 to 15 quarterbacks that don't get that call. Half the quarterbacks will. It's kind of iffy. Chiefs fans are going to get mad and say that you definitely need to call that. The way the rule is that you can't, that it is a penalty. You can kind of go both ways. When you're Patrick Mahomes, that's 100% of the time. Jimmy, damn, Jimmy, I have not seen you in a long time, brother. God, I'm good. I'm glad to see you, Jimmy. Jimmy says, let's go, Chief. I haven't seen you in a long time, man. I would not have recommended betting on this game. The game I did recommend was the Steelers game. I like the Steelers. I had some free bets, and I put some action on the Steelers. And so, yeah, it happens. It happens. Don't forget, check out my picks video, which will come out tomorrow. Ideally, it's going to come out at noon, but it may not be out right at noon. It will come out in the afternoon. Also, I will be live tomorrow. I'm going to have a threesome with One Pride in Keys. It's going to be a great show, so if you're able to join me Tuesday. But, Jimmy, it's so good to see you, man. Been a while. Happy to finally catch a live stream. Hey, man, I'm glad you're here, Jimmy. I'm glad you're here, man. It's always good to see you. My picks video is going to be awesome. Please check it out. It will be released tomorrow. It will be released tomorrow. Ideally, it's at noon, but last week I think I got it out at 4:30. I had some computer issues, so we'll have to see what happens. In perfect world, it'll be out at noon, but please check it out. Also, I will be live tomorrow, and it's going to be a great show. It's going to be a great show. But let's talk about the game of the week. You couldn't ask for anything more. Mahomes with the ball in his hand, down by 4, 2 minutes left. I mean, what else could you want? What else could you want? There is one timeout. The Eagles have all 3 timeouts. It's going to be at the 49. It's going to be a Patrick Mahomes play action pass, and he's just going to throw this downfield out of bounds. It looked like what they're trying to do was run some isolation, and it didn't work out. They're going back to this, and yeah, okay, that looked a lot worse. Okay, so I said that Mahomes. I'm going to tell you something. There might be a few quarterbacks in the league that don't get that. That's going to be called off then. All right, so I stand corrected. 2nd and 10, 1:50 left in the game. The Chiefs only have 1 timeout. The Eagles have all 3. Patrick Mahomes back to pass. He wants to take a shot downfield. He's got MVS. God damn it! Fuck! MVS. God pick. Fuck! This ball hits this is a touchdown. I'm sorry. This is a touchdown. MVS blows right by Byard. Having a safety cover a receiver is a mismatch. This is a great job. This is a touchdown. 3rd and 10, Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes back to pass here. He's scrambling around. He gets to the top. He's avoiding a player. Josh Sweat has him in the grasp, but they're probably going to call this in the grasp. He may be sacked. Yeah. The referees are talking about this. There's Josh Sweat did a fantastic job on this play. They're going to throw a flag. It's going to be intentional grounding, so it's going to be 4th and forever. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. Slasher, if you're watching, man, I'm sorry. I mean, that's just terrible. That is just terrible. Josh Sweat did a great job on this last play. They actually chipped him, and then he just went right around Donovan Smith. Theo Reddick did a fantastic job also on that play. And even though Patrick Mahomes was outside the tackle box, he didn't get the ball back to the line of scrimmage. They're going to go ahead and well, here's the thing that would not have ended the game. The Eagles have 3 timeouts and plenty of time. That would not have ended the game. It really wouldn't have. It would have been 24-21 with 3 timeouts and over a minute. But I'm just, it's funny because, I've been trying to defend these receivers and the Chiefs' logic and not getting a receiver, but I mean, I guess so. I mean, look, you're in the NFL. I don't know, and Patrick Mahomes is beyond furious, and it's 4th and 25. I don't think the Eagles would march way down the field to our coordinator. Look, you got 3 timeouts. You would have a minute 40 something left. Earlier the Chiefs at the half stopped it, but I think that then you have an interesting game. Right now it's 4th and 25. So no, I get it. Let's say the Eagles continue and win this game. We do. Yeah, we deserve this. I still would have the Chiefs on my power rankings. This would not change anything. I would still have 1-2. I still would have 1-2. 4th and 25 here. We're going to see if we can get some Mahomes magic here. The Chiefs are out of timeout, so if they don't convert the 4th and forever, it's going to be ball game. Patrick Mahomes back to pass here. He's going to throw the ball deep downfield. It's going to bounce off of Justin Watson's hands, just like every other thing has, and it's going to be incomplete. Eagles win. By the way, give a lot of credit to the Philadelphia Eagles. Got the touchdown late in the game, just like they deserved it. Give a lot of credit to the Eagles. Hey, look, yeah. I mean, give a lot of credit. I mean, there was about 6 or 7 drop passes. Chiefs receivers don't want to make plays. Devontae Smith made some really big catches. The Chiefs did everything they wanted to defensively. This is just bad, and they're showing this again, and like, I'm going to be honest, man. Watson, I mean, it would have been tough, but you're in the NFL, man. You're in the NFL. You got to make those plays. The game is over. The Chiefs are out of timeout. The Chiefs lead the NFL in drops. Is this going to affect the Chiefs in my power rankings? The answer is no. I'm still going to have the Chiefs at number 2. The defense is phenomenal. You have a great coaching staff. And you have the best tight end in football who didn't have a great game. But give a lot of credit to the Philadelphia Eagles. They're going to go to 9-1, dominate the NFC. And then, the Chiefs, believe it or not, the Chiefs are still in really good position to get the 1 seed. So as this game comes to an end, Philadelphia Eagles win. The Philadelphia Eagles win 21-17. Here's the drill. The Chiefs are going to be 7-3. The Ravens are 8-3. The Jags are 7-3. The Dolphins are 7-3. The Browns are 7-3. The Chiefs hold tiebreakers over Jacksonville and Miami. Baltimore hasn't had its bye yet, so at 8-3, they're going to go to the 1 seed. But the Chiefs still have an excellent chance with every other team in the AFC having at least 3 losses. Oh, man, Slasher, it was a great game. Give a lot of credit to the Philadelphia Eagles. The defense, the Kansas City Chiefs defense, one of the best units in the National Football League, kept on stopping them. And then late in the fourth quarter, Devontae Smith made some big plays. And this is what the Eagles did. The Eagles went ahead and did a great job making the big trade for A.J. Brown. And then they went ahead and made sure they had a running. Actually, they had Devontae Smith first. So they made sure they had 2 good wide receivers. One of the things the Chiefs did this offseason was bank on rookie wide receivers playing better. Somebody like Sky Moore improving. They're banking on Rashid Rice. Justin Watson was a guy they gave decent money to. And he didn't pan out today. So Snead is one of the best corner. Oh God, yeah. Snead made a lot of money tonight. He's a guy, he can play inside, outside zone, man, press. There's nothing he can't do. He's going to make a lot of money. I would love it if the Chiefs could find a way to pay him. Here's the drill. This offseason, they have to figure out a way to pay Chris Jones, Snead, and several other players. But I'll be honest with you, I would is even as dominant as Chris Jones is. Chris Jones is over 30 and Snead is not, and Snead can do a lot of different things. If I had to choose between the two, I would actually pay Snead and not Chris Jones. And I think that's what the Chiefs are leaning towards because they've been using first-round picks over the last couple of years on defensive linemen. So, yeah, Kansas City's defensive line was amazing with its pressure. Linebackers great, DBs. Yeah, it came down to Townsend punts, the wide receiver timely penalties. You're 100% correct. Yeah, keys to screw up all saying is game-changing drop. I'm a level with you, Slasher. If MVS makes that, it's 24-21, and we got a good chance because there's you got plenty of time. You got 3 timeouts. The Kansas City Chiefs gave a lot of money to MVS by I'm talking regular, not by NFL standards. It was like a 3-year, $22 million deal. It was a lot more than probably would have got in the open market, but Chiefs really wanted a speed guy, and he is a speed guy, and he's just been very inconsistent. He's not going to be in the Chiefs team next year. Probably won't. Probably be a cap casualty. So the Chiefs got a lot of holes to fill. They got to figure out Chris Jones, Trey Smith, who had a phenomenal game. They have to figure out a way to pay him. Creed Humphrey's a guy that needs to figure out. The Chiefs got to figure out how to pay those guys. Yeah. I love paying $13 million for a receiver. Does one thing well, go deep in a 6 try. Yeah, he's not going to be on the Chiefs next year. This is from Kansas City not putting its best out there, except for those who believe Kansas City never puts their best game plan out there for teams expect. I don't know. I don't know about that. I will say this is that the Chiefs are still in first place and the Eagles are still in first place. So you're right. You're right. The Eagles deserve it more. Give a lot of credit to the Eagles. A lot of credit for the Eagles. The Eagles made plays. Devontae Smith had that great catch when he was matched one-on-one with the Chiefs safety where MVS has to drop. Second half we did. My boy Tim, there's so many things I want to say, but I don't want to talk about your personal life. But man, hit me up. Hit me up. I got a lot of questions. Dude, no excuse for MVS. You are pro. Dude is trash. not let's ignore that drop earlier in the game. He had a play where he beat the defensive back by about 4 or 5 yards and turned around for some weird reason. If he just would have kept going forward, he would have caught a play that would have put the Chiefs either in field goal range, or if he kept on going, it would have had a touchdown. Patrick Mahomes is really frustrated. I mean, there's so many drops by these receivers. There's really not much you can do. You got Travis Kelce, who they rely on way too much. Kevin Byard did a pretty good job on him for the majority of the night, but you got to do more. You got to do more. The offense outside 2 or 3 possessions plays like a 3-8 team. The rest of the team itself plays like an undefeated team. The defense played lights out. And if you look at 21 points, it's more points than they usually give up. But it doesn't really explain how good this defense played. This defense played lights out today, and it's listen, I mean, you have to realize the Chiefs ran the ball well and they played really good defense. And I remember under Marty Schottenheimer that won a lot of games. And if you would have told me, hey, we're going to limit the Eagles to 21 points, but we're going to run for 160 some yards, I'm like, yeah, we win that game. Speed guys drop more than they catch. Before coming to Kansas City, Rodgers to MVS was the second amount of touchdowns, 20-plus yards since 2018. Yeah, and that was kind of the reason why we overpaid for MVS, is that he's a guy who's got some size and some deep speed. And we were kind of hoping that with Travis Kelce eliminating a lot of coverage underneath, we were thinking that MVS would be much more of a deep threat. He really hasn't. Really hasn't panned out. So I don't think so, because Mahomes had all of his receivers come down to Texas this offseason. There was so much talk about Sky Moore. That's all we heard this offseason was that I seriously, I said this publicly so many times. I really believed that Sky Moore was going to be 1,000-yard receiver this year. I really thought that he was going to take the place of Juju Smith-Schuster and really be that guy, because he was a raw guy, and all we kept on hearing this offseason. And I remember I said, I talked to Luke G when they played the Lions, said, you watch, he'll have 100 yards, and he had nothing. And that's just been a problem. Kadarius Toney hasn't been able to really improve. There's been some injuries, lack of consistency. This offense is a very confusing offense. The pickup, a guy like Rashee Rice is going to get more opportunities as time goes along, but he's kind of limited to what he can and can't do right now. So but I don't think it's lack of chemistry. I really don't. But I really don't think it's lack of chemistry at all. I just think that it's just inferior receivers, and that was a plan that the Kansas City Chiefs had by getting rid of Tyreek Hill, was that, hey, we have Travis Kelce, and we're just going to keep getting guys. We're just going to keep getting receivers and hope one of these guys pans out. You were hoping MVS would pan out a little better than, overpaid for him, and it's been a disaster. A guy like Justin Watson, we had kind of overpaid for. He didn't really turn it. Really didn't get going. Had multiple drops. Sky Moore, second-round pick. A lot of people really liked. Same thing with Rashee Rice. And you watch in this draft, I'm going to say this over and over and over and over again. The Chiefs are going to draft another receiver in rounds 2, 3, 4, and 5. When I say receiver, tight end, but yeah. Chiefs defense is carrying the team to a 7-3 record, not the offense. Only 2 times the offense scored over 30 points, Bears and Chargers. Yeah, and it just drops. Super Saiyan Lions, man. Oh God, man, good to see you, brother. I was so yesterday. I'm sitting there watching, and I'm like, oh my God, the Bears are going to win. One Pride's going to come on tomorrow, and I'm like, God, this is going to be really bad. I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do. And then I saw 26-21, and I'm like, well, let's see what the Bears can do. And I follow a lot of Bears on social media, and they just blame the coaching, and it's legitimate that the coaching is not good. But yeah, a big win for the Lions. Yeah, we were trying, man. We were trying, but it's funny. If you're a Lions fan, I would just be happy winning the division and hosting a game. But I'm so glad to see you, brother. If you can join us tomorrow, I'm having a threesome with Keys and One Pride. I think we need Eric Bieniemy back. The offense was just different with him. I'll be honest. I mean, he's not doing a great job in Washington. If you want to talk about all the passing yards, Sam Howell has. I get that, but I really don't think that's it. I really think that, a guy like Juju Smith-Schuster really made that much of a difference. I really believe that. And I think that, I think this is going to be the Chiefs' game plan going forward, is that they're going to skimp on receivers. They're going to pay Kelsey a ton of money. And what they're going to do is just keep trying to, draft receivers and hope that we get one who's going to end up being that guy. There's a lot of receivers in the league, can you imagine if a guy like Puka Noda, hopefully I'm probably butchering that name, but a guy like Puka Noda, is a 5th round pick. Can you imagine him on the Chiefs? Cooper Kupp, remember, he was a 3rd round pick. And I think that's what you're going to see if you're the Chiefs. You're going to see the Chiefs just keep drafting young receivers and hoping one of them pans out. I don't think it's an Eric Bieniemy thing, but you are right. The offense looks different. I like the way the Chiefs offense ran the ball. I love the way the Chiefs defense played. The Chiefs defense did phenomenal, but those drops are brutal, especially in an Andy Reid offense. That's what I think. That's what I think is just receivers not making plays. That's all it is, in my opinion. If anything, it's the offense that struggles. Yeah. Yeah, and this defense is so good. This defense played lights out. This is a wake-up call for the Chiefs. They keep playing this shitty football, and especially in the second half, the offense is not going to last a long time in January, if we're being honest. Yeah. Oh, dude, the Chiefs' defense played lights out. It's kind of unfair because if you look at this, you're going to say 21. You'll probably see 21 points, but the defense really, really did a great job. And as to be honest with you, I still think Chiefs are the best team in the AFC. And that's going to be up for debate. And maybe, maybe I'm too much of a homer. But I still think they're the best team in the AFC. I would have told you Baltimore, but without Mark Andrews, that's going to be a problem. But we'll have to wait and see. I mean, we got a lot of football left. The Chiefs have got to fix this. So. But, I mean, Travis Kelce didn't have a great game. I like the way the Chiefs ran the ball. Let's see. Especially to play the Ravens. Ravens, if you check out my power rankings, they're my second highest rated AFC team. I think the Andrews thing is going to hurt. OBJ is banged up. Lamar Jackson's not 100%, which, I mean, at this time in the season, the way they run him is kind of a big deal. The bye in the AFC is huge. Because if you're the Ravens, you really want to get everybody healthy. If you're the Chiefs, you want to get everybody healthy. I think for a team like maybe Jacksonville, it's not that important. If you're Miami, Tyreek Hill got banged up but still had a great game last week. But if you're the rest of the AFC West, I mean, the Broncos have won 4 straight. The Chargers, even though they had a bad loss, are still super talented, and the Raiders are still within striking distance. We would have talked about a month ago the idea of Denver catching up in the AFC West is ludicrous, but they're 2 games behind. So you're going to see this, and when you say receiver, it wouldn't surprise me if the Chiefs use a high draft pick on a tight end. I would love it. Brock Bowers slides down, but I don't see that. I think that what you're going to see is you're going to see a second, third, fourth round draft pick be a wide receiver. You may see 1, you may see 2, but yeah, absolutely. Baltimore, you're probably talking about Baltimore. Baltimore 100% is really good. Yeah. I think Baltimore went 100% as and by I say 100%, I'm not just talking Mark Andrews. I'm talking J.K. Dobbins. If his problem is he can't be 100%, but God, if Dobbins was healthy, if Andrews is healthy, if that Ravens team's healthy, they're easily the most talented team in the AFC. I think San Francisco, top to bottom, is the most talented team in the NFL. I think Philly, top to bottom, is number 2. I don't know if Kansas City is or not. It's hard to say. I still think I'm going to tell you that I still think Kansas City is the best team in the AFC. When I do my power rankings, I'm probably going to keep Kansas City at 2. So, listen, I am going to my picks video is going to be released tomorrow. I'll be live 7 p.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow. So I'd love to see everybody come back. I can't thank you enough for joining me on YouTube. I had a blast. Hopefully you did too. Join me on my live stream. It's going to be a great show. Jason, you called it, man. It's going to be a great show. Who else would you put the loss on? No. Receivers catch the ball. They it's a different game. Listen, at 24-21, Chiefs superfan, the Eagles had 3 timeouts, 2 minutes. You never know. I mean, the final score could have easily been 28-24, but yeah. Jason, you're right, man. You called it. You called it when it was 17-7, and Chiefs looked like they're going to run away with it. But yeah. Wide receivers. So any other final thoughts, questions, comments, concerns, anything at all? If not, I'm going to end the stream. And please check out my picks video, which will be released tomorrow afternoon, ideally at noon, but it could be delayed. And don't forget, I will be live 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I got a great show. Keys and One Pride's going to come in for a threesome. It's going to be fantastic. So I look forward to everybody coming back tomorrow night. Don't forget to check out my picks video, and have a good night, and try to have a good night if you're a Chiefs fan.